Hello? Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Happy Monday. How are we all doing today? Oh, excuse me. Let's see here. Hey, Noble, how you doing? Welcome in. Thank you for redeeming your park entrance. Yeah, so how we do things around here is that, there will be about a 10-minute buffer. And it's mostly just so that way people, and including myself, can sit there and get everything set up. Because, oh god, I hear double. Oh god, I hear two of me. I hear two of me. Nice, let's go. And just a reminder, there is a redeem here. So if you are ever in ads, hang on, let me see here. So if you're ever in ads, just always remember, just hit the add baby jail redeem next time you're in ads. That way I know that you guys are in ads. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, so how we do things around here is that, so I give myself and I give everyone else here about a 10-minute head start. Not a head start, but a buffer. So that way people in here can settle down, you know, get everything all set up. Myself, I can get all set up. But yeah, no, like I can set myself up if I need to go grab something. Oh no, I'm sorry. But yeah, so, you know, it allows me to set up, you know, get all my stuff set up, it gives you guys some time to, you know, go to the bathroom, you know, get something to drink, eat it, you know, all that good stuff. Because you may never know. But that's why the first 10 minutes of the streams are dedicated to mainly just so that way everyone can settle in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Yes, happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. So today, I'm actually quite proud of myself, guys. And it's a little bit of like my whole like dietary routine, where I don't know why my mouth is, I don't know why I was looking a little weird there. But yeah, so I kind of made myself an actual dinner. And it's not like a quick like wrap or a protein bar or a protein drink or anything like that. No, I made like an actual dinner for myself, and I quite enjoyed it. Let me see here, because this was my dinner. This was my dinner. Boy dinner. Hi, Sin. How you doing? Yeah, no, this was my dinner. I absolutely love how this turned out. So I've been trying to get a little bit into the meal prepping. Hang on, let me give you a shout out real quick. But yeah, so I've been trying to get into a little bit of the meal prepping, and yesterday I was over in Salem, Massachusetts with my stepdad and my sister before she goes back to Florida. I hit the gym today and feel swollen, not in the good way. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, make sure you drink Gatorade or something with electrolytes. Or eat some protein to help you kind of like calm down a little bit and regain some of that. Tomorrow's my gym day. But, so my stepdad went ahead and grilled a bunch of this chicken breast. And so I just threw this in with some Mission Barbecue barbecue sauce, some broccoli, and then the potatoes came out really, really well. No, it's chicken. No, it's chicken. It's chicken breast. But yeah, no, this came out like phenomenal. I love this, and The onions, okay, so the onions, I tried to caramelize the onions a little bit. They weren't necessarily caramelized, but they were, like, really good. They were, like, actually really, really good. All I really did was, like, put a little bit of, like, Greek seasoning on it. Some pepper and some salt, and, ooh, man, they were really good. But yeah, that was, like, my... That was like my man dinner. That was, like, my little dinner today. And then, like, for dessert, I had, a little bit of yogurt with some honey in it, and oh, it was good. Oh, it was so good. Just, it takes ages. Yeah, so I don't know what I don't know what you would call what I just did, but, I mean, like, I guess you could say they were more like grilled onions. Honestly, they were more of like grilled onions, but still. Yeah, no, I love Mission Barbecue. When I used to live in Florida, I would go to Mission Barbecue all the time. Like, I would go to Mission Barbecue like all the fucking time. It's so good. So the barbecue sauce I would go to, like my go-to barbecue sauce in Mission Barbecue was Florida Gator Bite, but I picked up the Texas Twang. Yeah, I picked up the Texas Twang sauce. And, no, that was pretty good. I'm also starting to get more and more comfortable in cooking for myself. Because, like, I can cook. It's just with my schedule, I'm starting to really I'm starting to really value meal prepping. Because, so, like, when it comes to my scheduling, when it's not, like, my streaming days, I have all the time in the world till I cook and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to, like, my days whenever I stream, it's very, very, very tight. So, as soon as I get off work, I don't get home until I relatively start streaming. So, I have to quickly find something quick to eat. And then, like, set everything up for streaming. Especially when it comes to model kit building nights. Because under the span of, like, 30 minutes or so, I have to get dressed, make dinner, and then set up my setup for model kit building. And it's tight. It is very tight. Let's see. I love Mission Barbecue a lot. I love barbecue in general, especially pulled pork. Okay, no, steak is good. I don't really try. I try not to really eat pork all that much. Not because it's religious or anything like that. I don't follow any form of religion. No, it's mostly just like dietary wise. I don't really eat pork all that much. Outside of like maybe bacon. Bacon's probably the only thing pork related I will openly consume. Now, I will occasionally dine on pulled pork, like, once in every, like, 5 blue moons, give or take. But, I mean, for the most part, it's mostly just, like, steak, chicken. I have to be in a special mood for fish. I do have to be in a special mood when it comes to fish. Well, I would say, like, anything seafood related. You know, anything relatively seafood oriented, I have to be in a mood. Like, I will sit there and, you know, mac on grouper, not all day, but I will mac on it, like, for a hot while. It's mostly, like, the seafood taste really kind of gets to me, and it's not that I don't feel sick, it's, I guess, like, very lethargic. It's like whenever I eat, like, greasy food, I get that same feeling, but for seafood. And it doesn't have to be, you know, fried. It can be blackened, it can be grilled, it can be, you know, whatever. But it's just after a while, the seafood taste just really, really kind of gets to me. I can only have it in, like, relatively small portions. And like I said, I will only eat it, like, every once in, like, 5 blue moons. And And when it comes to seafood in general, I'm not particularly picky. Well, I mean, like, granted, I also will really only eat, like, a handful of seafood items, just because I'm just not, like, the biggest seafood guy. My usual go-tos for, like, seafood are things like, grouper. I don't like catfish. I have never had a good catfish. Well, hello, Lilac. How are you? I hope you've been behaving and being good. But no, so, like, I can't stand catfish. I have a long history that involves a lot of trauma that involves catfish, and I can't eat catfish. I've never had salmon. I've never had salmon before. Like, in my entire life, I've never had salmon. Brownies are really good. It's just, I'm trying not to eat, like, a lot of sugary stuff, which is funny because I ate, like, fucking, like, Pop-Tarts this morning. But yeah, no, I've never had salmon. I think I've had, like, mahi-mahi, like, once. If I remember, I've had, like, mahi-mahi, like, once. I don't like fish in general. I mean, like, that's fair. That's totally fair. Now, living up here in Maine, we have lobster. And lobster's good. I like lobster. I've had it a few times since I've lived up here in Maine. And that's fair. That is totally fair. Like, not everyone's a seafood guy. Just clean the bunny's cage. Well, that's very nice, Lilac. I hope you clean it really good. Popcorn shrimp. I do like popcorn shrimp, but again, it's the fried aspect where after a while I will feel very lethargic. And yes, we're talking about food, Lilac. I'm trying to think of some other ones. I've had bass a couple of times. I've had bass. Bass is okay. Especially since I lived in Mississippi for a while. I've had, like, cat-fitted bass. That was like one of the more popular things to eat. I've never had clams. I've never had clams before in my life. Neither are oysters. I have never had oysters before, and I don't get the whole I don't get the appeal of eating raw oysters. So the part of Florida I used to live in a place called Panama City, and they had this seafood restaurant called Shuckums. And outside was just littered with tons and tons and tons of, like, disposed oyster shells. And I never got the appeal of just, like, slurping down raw oysters. I mean, granted, I also eat sushi. I will eat sushi. But, yeah, I just never got the appeal of it. I never got the appeal of, like, slurping down, like, raw, like, shellfish. I don't know. I think it's mostly, like, I think it's a texture thing. I just think it's a texture thing. That's probably why. Sounds like my stepdad whenever I ask something about, obviously, yes, we're talking about food. No, I mean, like, well, here's the thing with me, is that I am a very blunt guy. Like, I'm a very, very blunt guy. Like, yes, we are talking about food. And that's okay, Lilac. Like I mentioned, not everyone's a seafood guy, and that's okay. But, So this past weekend, I went to Salem, Massachusetts. This was my second time going to Salem, and I found me a shop that is very, very dangerous to my wallet. It's a very, very dangerous place for my wallet, and I didn't leave the store completely scot-free. So what I did, let me see here, because I think I posted this on my Twitter. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So, when I went to this one store, it's a collector store, right? It's a pretty nice looking collector store. They had, like, a lot of, like, hey Ronma, how you doing? I have eaten oyster and crab once. Well, that's very good, Lilac. I hope you enjoyed it. I do love crab. But so I went into this collector store, and it has like a bunch of like toys from like retro stuff to like modern stuff. And like they had a giant wall to wall of like Gunpla and like Zoids. And I mean, like, we're talking about like Zoids that were like special editions. Like, we're talking about the White Hellcat from New Century Zero. They also, and I forgot to take a picture of this, and I'm thinking about saving up and going back there, but they had a HasLab Deathsaurus. They had one of my holy grails of Transformers at that store for literally about $300 for the same price that you would have gotten him on the HasLab Kickstarter. And I wish I took a picture of it. I wish I took a picture of it because it was beautiful. I got to hold the box in my hand, and oh my god, I thought I fucking nutted. I thought I fucking nutted right then and there. I would sit there and say like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna put a thing on my throne so that way you guys can help me go fund a trip to Salem, so that way I can come back with a Deathsaurus. And no, I'm not gonna do that to you guys. I'm not gonna do that. This is gonna be my own personal little venture, and I'm a foot the bill myself with this one. Imagine they had HasLab unit. Now, so funny thing is that Ranma is that so at this store they not so where I saw the Deathsaurus, they also had the collector set of the Age of Extinction Dinobots, the ones that had like the shiny chrome metallic parts on them. No. I think that, no, it was the San Diego Comic-Con set, where they were all, like, Age of Extinction Dinobots, but in, like, the G1 colors. And then they also had the Psycho Gundam Mark II over there, the high-grade Psycho Gundam Mark II. And I flipped my shit, and I had to forcefully pull myself away from the Gunpla section, or otherwise I was going to walk out with a AZ Genosaur or the White Hellcat, because the White Hellcat they were only selling for like $60, and the Genosaur they were selling like for like 105. So I had to forcefully pull myself away from that. Yeah, the big purple boy, yeah. Which I actually, now that one I do have on my throne. That one I do actually have on my throne. But the main event, and this is the thing where I had to call Bonk, my friend Bonk, because she's like a huge fan of kaijus. So whenever I saw this section, I immediately called Bonk because it's this wall-to-wall kaiju selection. So right here is like all of the D for real X Plus figures. In the back we have like legendary Ghidorah. There was a Rodan back there. There's, you can't see it here. There we go. So we had things like the Odo Island -1 Goji, Mirai Goji. Or, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that's 2000 Godzilla. So then we had 2019 Goji. There is Iris, Ultima Goji, Showa, Legendary Ghidorah, I think that's a big giant pop vinyl. And then the bottom shelf. Oh, she fucking nutted. Because I video called her. I actually like video called her and I showed her the entire thing. Now, the one that I do want to go back to, and I want to save up a little bit because I think this one right here is like $300. I'm going to try to get either Deathsaurus or this guy. It's an X Plus -1 Goji, and Godzilla -1 is my favorite movie of all time. Love Godzilla -1. And then we got like these really cool, and I've only seen these like, I think these are called bull marks. They're these vinyl figures that are very hard to find. They're not rare, but they kind of are. They're very limited in production. Like, they'll do a run and then that's it. They had like a Jurass. I don't know which one that is. I think that's an Ultraman kaiju. They had a Godzilla. They had a Biollante. I think that's an original kaiju I see from time to time on like Mandarake. They had this really cool Evolve Godzilla. And I don't like Godzilla Evolve, but I thought that was a really cool figure. And then, like, down below, there's, like, a bunch of Ultraman Kaiju. Like, you can see Gamora's, Red King, and a few others. I'm not too familiar. Very good, Lilac. Yes, it is a very big acrylic display case. Very good. You're smart. You're so smart. You can see my big dumbass in the in the reflection. But these are the smaller figures. We have a few U2s. A chibi styled 2001 GMK Goji. They had Gamera back there, which I thought was really cool. And then they had like a few vinyl figures down here. And then we had like some of your little like tchotchke kaiju. Hi Takumi, how you doing? And then you have like a few little tchotchke items down here. You can see like Alien Balton. There's some Ultramans. You have like these really cool like little mini figures right here from when Godzilla Singular Point came out. Now, and then like down here, you like okay, wait. So like and down here, we have like a bunch of Ultraman. We have a bunch of Ultraman and then some, because I know a couple of these are not Ultraman. The one you can easily make out here that is Ultraman Tiga. So there's Ultraman Tiga. That one's so this one's interesting. So this one's interesting. So that one is Hanuman, and that one's a very storied past. If you know anything about Hanuman, if you don't know anything about Hanuman, Hanuman was like this mascot, kind of like a mythological figure, and I want to say in Thai mythology because I know he's from Thailand. And he starred in a movie featuring Ultraman and some of the kaiju. And the guy who made the movie then tried to, I believe, if memory serves me right, he tried to sue Eiji Tsuburaya Studios and try to claim ownership of the Ultraman franchise, and illegally made, I think, a few other movies with the Ultraman and Kaiju and Kamen Rider without any say-so from Toei and Tsuburaya Productions. So it's a pretty storied little guy there. I might have gone back down and scuffed. Oh no, what rabbit hole is it? So yeah, no, like this store right here was really dangerous for me because I need to go back. I'm gonna be saving up some money so that way I can go back, and I'm gonna get this -1 Goji. I am getting this -1 Godzilla. I swear to God, I'm getting it. I'm fucking getting it. But also, so this is something I was kind of like working on a little bit here and there. So recently, I got a hold of the Hammond Collection Scorpius Rex, and it's not that bad of a figure. Also, my dog is looking at me. Hang on. Let me let him out. Let me let him out of my room real quick. Hang on, guys. You want out, buddy? You know you can open the door. You know you can open the door. All right. Go on. Okay. No, it's funny because Nanook can open the doors. Like, he can nudge the door open, but yet he can't do it the other way around. I have to open up the door for him if he wants out. But if he wants in, he can nudge the door open. But, so I recently purchased the Hammond Collection Scorpius Rex. And it's okay. It's not the best figure in the world. I don't like the cum drool that he comes with, and I really don't like his ogre teeth that he's got going on. So what I did here was that, so I basically took like a little bit of a dry brush, right? So I So I took my, I'm actually pulling him down here because I have him on my little desk here. So what I did was that I took some elephant gray paint, and I gave him a quick little dry brush, and then I don't know if I posted it in here, but I also decided to, okay, so I don't really have it in this picture. Okay. So what I did was that I painted the teeth because the teeth were really, really nasty. They had like this almost extremely bright banana yellow. And so what I also did was that I took the bottom teeth, or I like to call it like his ogre teeth, and I just shortened it down, and I'm looking at it right now, and it's not the best in the world. If I'm gonna be honest, it's not the best, but it's leagues better than what I got now, or what I had. But so that's a little side tangent. But however, and I think I posted this in my Discord. So I did walk out of that collector store with because I did walk out with that collector store with some stuff. So what I did was that so they also have like a downstairs room, right? So they have a downstairs room where they sold minis and cards and stuff like that. And I saw a rack full of 40K mini paint, and I was like, I had like the little bit of like the buyer's bug, and I was like, I need to get something. I need to get something. I'm in this store. It's making my autism go completely crazy. I need to get something from this store. And so I walked out of the store with a bunch of 40K paint. And so I bought some paint for my Tyranid minis because I plan on doing a painting stream where, in fact, that's actually where I have my fundings for my new webcam, because that's going to go towards the Tyranid painting stream, where I'm going to paint my Tyranid minis to look like Tyranid High Fleet Tiamat. So I trying to buy as many as I could that was on my list, and I'm still missing a good bit. So what it is that I managed to buy. So the Warpstone Glow, I wanted to buy because I wanted to experiment a little bit with green paint. So that's mainly for like my Gundams, Zoids, and stuff like that. But eventually, I'll probably buy some more 40K minis, and I'll find a way to some use of that, I guess. So I got some White Scar. So I got White Scar paint, Abaddon Black, the Technical Contrast Medium. That was on the list for my on the painting list, so I had to grab that. Snakebite Leather because I need more of that because I'm actually out. Deepkin, Flesh, and then apparently Blood for the Blood God is good if you want to paint like gums and viscera and blood and stuff like that, so I went ahead and got that. But I'm very excited to try this. I'm very, 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 very excited to try this, and yeah, all of this was like $50. Yeah, all this paint that you see here, with a military discount, this was $50. This was $50 worth of fucking paint. Sometimes it sucks having expensive hobbies. Like when people say, "Oh, well, you need a hobby," it's like, yeah, except the hobby in question is not very cheap. Okay, so let me see here. But I also do want to mention that I am an affiliate with HobbyLinkJapan. That is your #1 hobby store in the world for all of your anime figure and your model kit needs. The best thing about HobbyLinkJapan is that they all do ship worldwide, and it comes straight from Japan. use my chat command code !HLJ, take you directly to your website. If not, there are the panels down below. I'm also an affiliate with Waifu Wares. Use my chat command code Waifu, take you directly to their website. If not, there are the panels down below. Use my code GRARLBRAN at checkout for 15% off on all of your online purchases. Okay, so I know I got that out of the way. Now, so I kind of want to go over some toy news because they did kind of go up, and I also want to watch some funny little hee hee hoo hoo stuff. But I also kind of want to I want to try to experiment a little bit because I did make some new emotes with Emote Lab, but they came out a little off. I guess you could say they came out like a little bit off. They're a little too tiny. Like the animated emotes are a little bit too tiny. So I want to try to like see if I can make them just a teensy weensy bit bigger. Because if you go into the chat right now and you look at the emotes, they're there, but they are also very, very, very small. Yeah, so there they are. They're very tiny. At least they're very tiny on my end. I don't know about you guys, but I want to try to edit some of this and see if I can make them just a hair bit bigger. So, but yes, I made some new emotes for you guys. I tried my best. I tried my best to get it as close to my model as possible. But, well, I mean, like, it's all in early access, right? So, like, Emote Lab is still in its early access phase, or early access phase. So there's still some stuff that they're gonna try to add in. So we'll see, because I know I'm not gonna get a T-Rex skull. I know I'm not gonna get a T-Rex skull, like, at all. But like a collar, they don't have a collar, so I can't really use my shock collar, or hell, even like a dog tag of some kind. So I can't really like add in like my dog tag. The jacket is kind of more of like a coat, but that's kind of the best that I can do. Give it with like how limited Emote Studio or Emote Lab is at the moment. So no, I hope you guys like the emotes. And I don't know, maybe like later on in the stream we'll probably open up Emote Lab and try to fix some of this. But I do want to kind of go, so I do want to go over a couple of things real quick, because TFW 2005 kind of dropped some stuff that I want to kind of go over with you guys real quick. Let me pull these up. Let me see here. Okay, I think we're good. And I also want to watch some chat history. So let's see here. Here we go. So I'm guessing there was like an event that went on in Hong Kong. And they decided that they were going to do some exclusive releases. And these are the Hasbro Hong Kong Fan Expo Battle Damage, Grimlock, and Megatron. And we'll take a look at Megatron, and I don't see the battle damage. I don't see the battle damage here. Maybe it's a little bit scuffed around the edges, like a little bit of weathering, and the color scheme is a little bit darker, but I don't see the battle damage. So this is a repaint of the Studio Series 86 Megatron. I mean, the figure, from what I could tell, a lot of people really, really like this guy. I don't have him. I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence on getting some Studio 86 figures just because I'm very picky about my G1 because I'm not the biggest fan of G1. I do have the Grimlock. The Grimlock is really good. Now, the Grimlock, I kind of like the Grimlock a lot more than the Megatron. And that's not like an actual like bias because I love Grimlock. I would say it's more of just like the weathering and the detailing works a lot better on Grimlock, mainly because you have a brighter color to work with instead of just dark gunmetal gray. I still don't see the whole battle damage. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't see the battle damage. I mean, it looks nice. I do like the weathering here, especially like down here in the, the what will be the T-Rex mode legs. Like these are fine. I like it kind of makes it actually look like metal. A lot more so than say Megatron. And then they're also doing a Seeker 3-pack. Yeah, so they're doing like a Seeker 3-pack, and I don't know. I mean, like, sure. And they do come with the decals, so that way you can kind of make them a little bit more accurate to their toys from like back in the 80s. So they're fine. I mean, from what I could tell is that the Studio A6 Seekers, everybody, their fucking grandmother swears up and down these things are phenomenal. Like everyone sits there and says how fantastic these toys are. So they're one of the few Studio A6 figures that I do kind of want to try to get at least maybe one of them just to see what it's like. But these are going to be I think these are going to be so these are going to be a Toys R Us China exclusive. So yes, that means they're also going to be an absolute nightmare and a half to ship. Now, they also came out with a upgrade kit for the Macross X Transformers collab figure, Basara Prime. And it's pretty cool. I like this. It kind of... So these are like I believe these are I haven't seen Macross 7 in a long time, but I believe these are the upgrades that Basara gets throughout the series. And the last one are like, I think these are supposed to be giant speakers because the whole thing about Basara is that he's a rock star. So it's pretty cool. I like it. I missed out on getting Basara Prime. Not really all, beat up about missing it, but it's pretty cool. I haven't seen like a lot of reviews about it though. That's the other thing. I haven't seen a lot of reviews on Basara Prime, so. But yeah. So here we have, I'm guessing these are, I believe this is this isn't the Apology Tour. Oh, okay, so this is like an anniversary for the Studio 86 movie. Which is cool. I do like the fact that you do get these. I think these are genuine cassettes. I do think these are genuine cassettes of so obviously we're gonna get a display case of Soundwave. There's Laserbeak and a Decepticon logo pin, and then we have the. And I still can't get over like these are actual genuine cassettes. So that is obviously Laserbeak as a cassette, as a literal cassette. And then we get Steeljaw. So we get Steeljaw as a cassette, which is really, really cool. And then, Vinyl, I can see Vinyl because Vinyl has been making a surge has been like making a surge in popularity for a hot while now. Which, so to be fair, I never knew vinyl records were were still a thing until like, oh god, I want to say 2016, 2017. Yeah, I never knew vinyl records were still popular. People swear up and down that, oh, you get a more crisp quality of sound through these vinyl records. I don't know. I have never heard it. I just take their word for it. I honestly just rip shit off of the internet. Like, honestly, I just kind of rip shit off the internet. But, so we get a vinyl record of the the movie soundtrack. So, this is really cool. So, this one right here is Lyle Convoy from, I want to say, I believe this is either from a movie or from, like, the last episode of Transformers Beast Wars the Second. So what this is that this is I believe this is the masterpiece. I want to say this is the masterpiece of the oh wait, no, I'm sorry, this is not the masterpiece. This is the Legacy Lyle Convoy. And this is a retool because the face on the Lion mode is very, very, very different from the English release, because if you know anything about the English release of Lyle Convoy, they tried to go with a realistic lion face, and it didn't work. It really didn't work, and it looked kinda scary. People were making memes of like that one girl from Full Metal Alchemist that got fused with her dog. There were so many memes about that when that toy dropped. And the Japanese one is a lot better. It's a lot better looking. So, but yeah, those are the. I mean, it's a short little section on like toy news and stuff, but there really isn't much outside of like that. Apparently, Flames Toys is doing Pacific Rim, and I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about this. On one end, it's cool that we're getting Pacific Rim model kits and stuff, but okay, so when it comes to Flames Toys, they do like a lot of hyper stylizations, and with Gypsy here, she looks a little weird. The proportions, to me, at least to me, they look very strange. The legs look way too thick. The torso and the chest just look way too small. Like, this all looks really small. This looks too small. These look too big. The head is fine. I don't know what they were doing with this weird kind of like coat. You know what I'm talking about? Like this little coat thing that's going on here with this little cone. I don't get it. I don't think it's a detail that's really not needed, because the original Gypsy didn't have that. And the Gypsy Danger also never really used any of the other Jaeger weapons. Outside of, like, I want to say, like, well, no, the chainsaw was Gypsy's. But yeah, so we have weapons from Red Typhoon, Cherno Alpha, Coyote Tango. It's weird. It's a very, very strange kit. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I do kind of wish that they would give us like some kaiju figures or something, but this is probably the best we're gonna get is Leatherback, which is not particularly my favorite kaiju from Pacific Rim, but you know, that's neither here or there. So scuff is inevitable for... What, wait, are you talking about like the model kit? Are you talking about the model kit? Because, yeah, it's a little rough. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, wait, no, here we go. Here's some... Oh, I guess... Well, okay, so I guess Gypsy did have that little... Yeah, okay, so I guess Gypsy did have that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm still not a... I still don't get why it's there. I don't know, like, maybe it's like a Mandela effect. Because I could have swear I don't remember that. I don't know, like, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy, but I don't remember Gypsy having that little cone thing in the back of its head. Yeah, I guess it was there the entire time. What the fuck? But yeah, you can see where here it's nice and evenly proportioned, whereas the Flames toys, it looks a little strange. So, but yeah, no, that's all I like in terms of toy stuff. That's really all I really wanted to show. It's really not much. Yeah, it's not much. So let me see here real quick. All right, let me see here. Let's do, because I want to watch some, because we haven't watched chat history in a while. And he hasn't really uploaded anything in a hot while either. I don't keep up with like his community tabs and all that, so yeah, no, he hasn't really uploaded anything in about a month. Hey Axel, how you doing? Let me grab my 20-pounder. All right, let me see here. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and for the other arm, yeah, no, that's been a thing for a while. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Alright, there we go. Whew, getting ready for my workout for tomorrow. Alright, so it's been under my radar. Let's see here. It's been under my radar for some reason, but I personally don't really care all too much for Pig Megatron. I feel like the feudal era Japan Transformers, I feel like they're a very take it or leave it kind of thing. Like the what is it, the Crow Starscream I liked. The Mamolga, what is it, like the Mamolga Bumblebee I like. The Ox Cart or the Oxen Cart Prime I could care less about. And Boar Megatron I could care even less about. But I mean, like, if you like it, then, you know, more power to you. For me personally, I don't really quite care for it. Let me see here, actually. Are they up on Big Bad? I could probably look it up, but let me see here. Let's see. I don't think they're on Big Bad. I like the designs better than usual all modes, and that's fair. For me, I'm a little spoiled in that if I want like fantasy or like feudal Japan era Transformers, I just go to Iron Factory. Because Iron Factory does like a whole series based around that. Let me show you. Yeah, so if I want like feudal era designed Transformers, I just go to Iron Factory. Like these are, to me, these are a lot better. They cost a little bit more, but you also get a lot more from it. If that makes any sense. Not Iron Factory is a... Yeah, no, Iron Factory is really, really good. So, like, here is Lockdown. Like, there's Lockdown. There's, like, Samurai-esque or, like, Knight-esque Lockdown. Here is Animated Prowl. Here is Shogun Beast Wars Megatron, which I missed out on, and I'm kicking myself for that. But see, this is how you do, but see, that's how you do feudal era Transformers right, that actually look good. I don't know, to me, it's just, I'm not the biggest fan of Hasbro's offerings. Let me see here. Let me find them real quick. Let me see if I can find them real quick. So I know they were posted. Yeah, here we go. There we go. There we go. A little bit better. So far, Borm seems to be Hasbro, Pulsar, eBay. Oh, well, that kind of sucks. Yeah, so here we have Oxcart Prime. We have Bormegs. We have Tengu. I believe that's like a Tengu, but yeah, like Tengu, Starscream, Mamolga, Bumblebee, or Flying Squirrel Bumblebee, which I think is really kind of cool. But yeah, no, I like the Starscream and I like the Bumblebee. Prime, yeah. The Bormegs, yeah. I think this is really cute because you don't see that many, like, flying squirrel-based Transformers. And I like that they gave him, like, a ninja vibe. Yeah, see, there you go. I do like, though, that they gave Megatron, like, what is it called? A Kanabo, which is just this big, giant club studded with, like, spikes or other kind of, like, metallic stuff on it. It's what you see, like, with a lot of Oni wear, or what they wield. And I think that's kind of perfect for Megatron. I will say, though, the head sculpt's kind of nice. It looks like they did kind of give him, like an Oni vibe. I also do like Tengu Starscream's, like, little flintlock null rays. I like what Toy Hacks did for... Wait, what did they do for Starscream? Hang on, let me see here. What did they do for Starscream? Toy Hacks. Okay, here we go. It's like it's made from, yeah, I guess so, yeah, in a way, yeah. Let me see here. Oh, yep, yep. There it is. There it is. I just saw it. Oh yeah, no, that's nice. That's really, really nice. No, I like that. Like, that's really good. You gave him like a little like. I really love the decals for the flintlocks. Yeah, no, detail's always important, but like, damn, they went like all out. Like, damn. Hell, I would probably get this figure just for the Toy Hacks kit. Like, shit. They actually made it look like he's wearing, like, pants. That is crazy. Let's see what they did with Prime. Oh! Oh, that's not bad at all. Okay, yeah, no. Okay, I like this toy now. With the decals. The decals really kind of make this thing a lot better. Wow, yeah, no, that is really good. Again, I love this little, like, wood detail decals that they put on here. Like, that is gorgeous. I love that. Toy Hacks doesn't play when it comes to decals. No, they don't. They do not. Okay, so we are now running ads, so we will be right back after the ads, everybody. So I'm gonna take this time to get up and stretch a little bit. Okay. Okay. So let's take a look at these. Oh, that's really cool that they gave him like a little bit of like curtain detail. That is genuinely really clever. No, like, okay, so these figures look a ton better. Like, they look so much better with these Toy Hacks stickers on. So, oh, here we go. Here's for Sideways, because I have Sideways. So, let's take a look at what we got here. See, now, that looks a lot better. The face, I don't know. I could probably do something with, like, paint. That also... Ooh, damn. Ooh, okay. I don't know. I don't know about this one. I might actually get this set. Yeah, I don't know about this one, guys. I might actually get this set. Damn, this looks nice. Like, that doesn't... Okay, like, that doesn't even look like decals. That flat out just doesn't even look like a decal. That just looks like an actual chrome, like, piece. Like a chrome replacement piece. That's how good that looks. And it's like $10, so I'm like, I don't know, man. That actually looks really good. Ooh, wait, no. This is gonna look really good with like the add-on sets, because this toy right here is really good. I like this toy. It's just, it needs some add-ons. It really, really does. So let me see here. Let's do Red Alert. What is here? What do I get if I type in Red Alert? What do I get? Do we have anything for Armada Red Alert? Okay, probably not. Let's try... Let's do Armada. Oops. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Here we go. Okay, so for Hotshot, there's that. There's Wheeljack. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like there's anything for Red Alert. They got one for Starscream, which looks kind of nice. Yeah, that actually looks really nice. Yeah, no, that... Okay, so that's really cool. Yeah, that makes it look a lot better. That makes it look so much better. Okay. So we kind of got to know some of that. So this is what I wanted to watch earlier. Right, so this is what I wanted to watch a little bit earlier. Horrible medical cures. Okay. So I don't know if we sat down and watched this, but I do love watching chat history. And since there's no like actual like new episode of chat history, I need to get my fix, man. I gotta get my fix. So let's... All right, so let's go down a little bit. All right, so this is horrible cures. Yeah, horrible medical cures from chat history.
Horrible medical cures. Yep, we're hitting hard and heavy with this one.
Oh, we're off to the races with this one, guys.
Back in the day, when you had any sorts of pains or bruises, ouches or oozes, you had the freedom to tween off screen to your local drugstore and get yourself a healthy and unrestricted dosage of opium-derived morphine slammed right down your gullet.
Yeah, just think about that. All right, just think about that, guys. Like, not too long ago, like probably 100+ years ago, You could literally just go down like Walgreens and be like, yeah, I need some cocaine, I need some heroin, I need some morphine, I need like all the strongest drugs that, you can come up with. And they'll just give it to you. I mean, for fuck's sake, cocaine was in Coca-Cola. Right? So it's kind of crazy on just like how quickly the medical world changed in like over like 100 years.
Obvious problem with having such an addictive substance readily available is, well, people got addicted.
Well,
So
yeah,
bad, in fact, that
like-
towards the end
like
of
heroin
the
is,
1800s, nearly
like,
1 in
super
200
addictive.
people in the United States were suffering from morphine addiction, many of which were injured veterans of that uncivil civil war that had just ended.
Yep,
a few
that'll do
decades
it.
Prior. The market was in
Yep, that knew it. Like, especially if you got like a musket round stuck in your leg, and the only thing that is, let's see here, viewer discretion is, don't. Yeah, no, exactly, no. Yeah, like viewer discretion is strongly advised. Don't try to go to your local Walgreens and ask for cocaine or heroin. You will be looked at weird, and the cops will be called.
demand for something less addictive while still packing a punch at minimizing pain. And that's where a certain German pharmaceutical company came into play. Bayer, or more commonly pronounced Bayer or Bayer, decided to take a stab in the lab to produce something fab. Now, to his credit,
I always love it when he
English chemist
rhymes.
Charles Romley Alder Wright did the heavy lifting for this research.
Okay,
back in
I
18
never understood like the whole stereotype there that he does for like British people in his videos, where they only communicate through like car honks. I don't know, like are British people just really bad at driving, or are like traffic jams like a thing, like a really common thing in England?
74, but Bayer would be the one to bring it across the finish line as a medical product. Using morphine itself, German chemist and Bayer employee Felix Hoffmann worked his chemical magic,
Of course, it's the
acetylating
Germans.
the morphine compound into diacetylmorphine. Remember acetylation. That'll be important in a bit. So what does all of that mumbo jumbo jargon mean? Well, I'll tell you.
Yeah, because I'm
These two
not
acetyl
a
groups
medical
right here,
person.
They allow for better lipid solubility, meaning that this stuff is able to be absorbed into your bloodstream more quickly than regular morphine.
So he just
allowing it to
basically
take
made like
effect
super
that
hair,
much
like
faster. Early
super
experiments
morphine.
boasted phenomenal results with patients praising its intense effects. Thus,
Which-
Felix dubbed his creation heroish, German for heroic or strong. But in 1898, Bayer would sell the wonder drug under a slightly different name. Heroin.
I'm not
The
gonna
product was
I'm not
advertised
gonna
as a
lie,
safer,
guys.
non-addictive alternative to morphine with
I'm not gonna lie. I would love to, like, okay, if I ever had like a time machine, I'm not gonna lie, I would love to travel back in time to where Coca-Cola had cocaine in it, just to see what it was like, because I guess it had like cane sugar in it and like cocaine. So you were getting addicted, but you were getting so jacked up on like so much sugar and caffeine, and then of course you got like the cocaine. So you were zooming.
the Boston Medical and Surgical Journal explicitly stating the quote, absence of danger of acquiring the habit. Well, ain't that just a big bulging ballsack of irony? I say that 'cause
Yeah,
morphine
that's
was
just
originally
a little
introduced to
bit.
the consumer market under the same
That's
premise.
just a
It was
little
to
bit.
be a safer, non-addictive alternative to opium. But instead of actually being safer alternatives, the subsequent products were just more and more potent forms of the same drug with heavier addictive qualities. Crazy, right? So now,
So
in the
you're
market,
basically
the
like
big
trading
H was
literal
sold in
like
many
piss for
forms:
shit.
tablets, lozenges, elixirs, and of course, syrups. In addition to general pain relief, this syrup was claimed to be a suitable
God, like the
treatment for tuberculosis
18 / like early
and pneumonia,
1900s
which
were like
very
a
common at
time
the
to be
time.
alive,
It was
just
even
because
touted towards
everything was
children
so
as an
new in
effective
its
cough and cold
infancy.
remedy, giving relief to not only sick kids, but their exhausted parents too.
Yep.
Well, he's not coughing anymore, is he?
Nope,
So
because
for
he's dead.
years, Bayer was producing and distributing these products worldwide, creating the next generation of addicts. But what Bayer scientists failed to realize was that the human body was actually breaking down the supposed medicine back into its original form. Remember acetylation? Well, through biological deacetylation, the heroin molecules were just being metabolized back into morphine molecules. So in truth, patients were just getting more powerful, faster acting morphine disguised
See here.
as medicine.
I'd love to go back. I would love to go back in time and smack myself up inside the head, Gibson, and tell myself don't make that financial decision. Okay, so like honestly, if I had the choice to go back in time, I would actually totally tell myself join the army. join the army when you got out of high school. Trust me, retiring at age 30, it's not a bad gig. Like, retiring in like your early 30s and get a nice little house. It's not a bad gig. You just gotta shape up their fat ass.
As for the innocent consumers, their quality of life was drastically altered from the supposed cure. What? While short-term effects seem promising, mainly that addictive euphoric feeling,
well, yeah, because then the high comes down.
Doctors who prescribed stronger versions of the product reported an overwhelming number of requests to up their dosages. A clear-cut sign of tolerance and addiction.
Yeah, because then you're going to get more. So basically, you're going to get stronger and stronger and stronger dosages until you fucking die. Until where your body literally cannot handle it.
Even if the
that's some fucked up shit.
Consumers still demanded their doses. Those unable to be prescribed any additional amounts experienced terrible withdrawal symptoms. These included restlessness.
Yeah, because it's like the high. It's literally like higher the high, the lower the low. Like the crashes are gonna feel like absolute hell.
Resulted in complete respiratory failure, which of course means full system shutdown. Due to severe backlash, Bayer put a cap on all heroin production in 1913.
Look at that, man! Look at all those little children working on the cocaine. Like, look at all them working on that sweet heroin. You know damn well they'd be taking some free samples, taking a lot of them uppers. You know what I'm saying?
Right before a little thing called the Harrison Narcotics Act was passed into law the following year. This effectively removed any and all diacetylmorphine-based remedies from the shelves, restricting them to only being available via prescription from a licensed medical doctor.
Until they're like, now they're like completely outlawed, I think.
Banned in 1924.
Yep.
It took until 1970 to be officially recognized as a Schedule I drug under the Controlled Substances Act, determined to have no acceptable medical use, regardless of the initial claims upon release.
Well, okay, marijuana, I would argue. I feel like, okay, with marijuana, I feel like it should not even be in the same category because marijuana doesn't really do anything to you. It makes you sluggish. It makes you have the munchies. Marijuana it's actually a lot less harmful than fucking alcohol. Yeah, it can be addictive, but guess what? So can caffeine and so can alcohol. I never understood that. Like, okay, so I'm in the military, right? I'm in the army. I cannot have anything that is anything remotely related to cannabis in my system. Like, even if it's like an edible gummy that doesn't have like the THC or whatever the fuck it's called, I can't have that. I cannot, because the one thing that the military loves to do is what is known as a surprise test. So it's a surprise urine test. And if they catch a little bit in my system, I'm out. I am Article 15 out, and I could say goodbye to my career. Which is so weird because they like the common stereotype of soldiers is that we drink a lot, especially the Navy. But no, like the common stereotype is that like we drink a lot. But marijuana actually does less. It's less harmful than alcohol. I also just found out that High is making a Mega Man X. Yeah, I saw that. I'm not the biggest Mega Man fan, but no, like I mean that's cool though. Insulin shock therapy. This is going to be good. Oh, this is going to be great.
Still evolving to this day. Although research on the
so I just learned something about mental health. So apparently, ADD is no longer a thing. Yeah, apparently, like ADD is just lumped into ADHD. Which, to be fair, with ADD, I never quite understood what is the difference between the two of them. So yeah, so I guess nowadays ADD is just ADHD, which makes a ton of sense.
Dates all the way back to ancient times. It wasn't until the mid to
me don't feel good. Yeah, no, you don't.
Like any field of research, the preliminary phase is where all of the majority of the errors are made. You gotta fail a lot to learn from mistakes. Unfortunately, though,
yeah, that is the sad thing about science, unfortunately.
Take one Dr. Manfred Sackel. A simple accident on his part was misconstrued as a success, and many inadvertently paid the price for it. Trained as a psychiatrist at the University of Vienna in Austria, you know, the place that isn't Australia, Dr. Sackle skipped across the pond to the US in the late 1920s to tackle...
God damn. Hey, yo, America got them titties. Wait, hold on.
Australia.
Oh, I didn't notice there's a bluey on there.
At the University of Vienna in Austria.
I didn't realize there was a bluey on there. I didn't realize there was a bluey on there. That's kind of funny. Okay, honestly, I never got like the I always thought they were the same. I did too. I just thought, like, for the longest time, I just thought ADD and ADHD were like interchangeable with one another. But I also grew up like people were like swearing up and down, left, right, and center that, oh no, they're different. It's just ADHD is like a more severe version of ADD, and I'm like, huh? What? I mean, granted, I also have like ADHD, so I wouldn't really know. But no, like with Bluey, the weirdest thing about Bluey is that I never understood why there were so many adult fans of Bluey. Well, granted, I'm a well, not I am, but I used to be a brony. So, you know, I honestly have like no room to talk about that.
Dr. Sackle skipped across the pond to the US in the late 1920s to tackle the psychological disorder of substance addiction. You know, like morphine addiction. But instead of just
morphine
syrup, Dr. Sackle instead used insulin injections.
Oh.
The insulin was used as a metabolic sedative, basically calmed down the achy and shaky addicts, making them super sleepy instead.
Yeah,
not exactly cured. They'll just get shaky again later. Well,
yeah, that's just like prolonging that's just like prolonging it instead of like just dealing with that. That's literally what it is. It's just prolonging it. Like you just it's kind of like, I guess that's kind of like hitting like the snooze button on your alarm clock. Yeah, you turn it off for a little bit, but it's gonna come back eventually.
Dr. Sackle must have drunk a tall, ice-cold glass of dumb bitch juice one morning because he accidentally pumped too much insulin into a patient, forcing them to go lights out, induced into a hypoglycemic coma.
Shoot!
Damn!
Dying on me!
He managed to bring the patient back to consciousness through a delicate jab of glucose. But
like this can only lead to so many good things.
The patient, normally all fidgety and whatnot, showed no visible withdrawal symptoms and even improved mental clarity. It appeared that turning the brain off and on again gave the patient a much-needed mental reset.
Oh god, that face.
Well, one success means it works, said no good doctor ever.
Yeah, because that's like, that is what we like to call a fluke. That is what we like to call in the science world a fluke, lightning in a bottle, a lucky chance, basically. Blue is addictively cute. I don't know why. I don't watch it on my own, but the episodes I've seen in Discord, watch parties, it's actively. Yeah, no, it's cute. No, it's cute. Like I said, I got no room to judge about why a bunch of adult people are watching a show for like babies. I was a brony, so I got really no room to talk. Oh wait, no, yeah, I do, because I openly make fun of bronies and everything that they stood for. Trust me, I've seen horrors in the fandom.
With this supposed breakthrough, Dr. Sackle had written up his discovery and decided to go for gold. Now standardizing the process, he tested his new treatment, dubbed insulin shock therapy, on patients with schizophrenia, a severe mental disorder which, at the time, had no treatments whatsoever. Under insulin shock therapy,
I don't think schizophrenia even has any
coma induction and wake cycles. This occurred 5 to 6 times a week, with each coma lasting about an hour before regaining consciousness.
Oh, yeah, no, like, that is totally not okay. Yeah, treat someone who's already balls fucking crazy by just shoving them into a coma. What's the worst that could happen?
This process lasted for multiple weeks, with patients being subjected to as many as 60 comas over the course of a few months. Some worst cases even lasted more than a year. Patients, when they actually had a light on upstairs, often experienced excessive perspiration, salivation, and agitation, with many also experiencing violent convulsions. Despite these
so basically, he just kind of traded one issue for another.
very obvious adverse effects, Dr. Sackle published his findings, claiming that up to 70% of patients had full remission, completely cured of their medical condition. This jump-started the craze for doctors to start jump-starting their schizophrenic
I guess
patient.
I guess the draw is it's not sugary stupid like other kids shows. I don't know. There's My Little Pony. Friendship is magic. You know, no. It's still pretty bad. It's still sugary. It's sugary stupid kids show, but it's just it tries to play it off as yeah. Because that's the part of the appeal. Yeah, well, okay, so with bronies, I understand where bronies came from. Because bronies originally came from 4chan, of all places. Surprise, surprise. Of course they did. So, the origin of bronies came around because someone on 4chan sat there and said, like, hey, this show's kind of stupid. Who'll sit there and watch this? And the internet, and especially 4chan being 4chan, was like, bet. And people were like, oh my god, no, this show's fire. Oh my god, this show's really, really good. And yeah, no, I was fucking stupid. I was like, oh my god, this stuff is really good. Oh my god. Yeah, no.
But the repetitious hypoglycemic comas did little to benefit the body. Long-term effects from insulin shock therapy,
well, yeah, because you're
severe memory loss, reduced attention span,
I guess
slower
that,
brain
yeah.
activity. These people had
brain no work good. Well, yeah, because you're constantly turning the brain on and off. It's like, it's kind of like turning your computer, like forcefully rebooting your computer on and off for like extended periods of the day. It's gonna fuck it up eventually. Like, it's gonna fuck it up. So yeah, no wonder these people just ended up worse than what they started, because again, you're forcefully shutting the brain off and then turning it back on again. Like it's a fucking light switch.
much more difficulty learning or even thinking. On the extreme end, of course, were the deaths.
My little cousins are still with the Bluey. They're still with Bluey even after the initial thing. Well, yeah, because I mean, like they're like little kids.
Sure, that doesn't sound like much on paper, but when thousands and
Which I
thousands of
understand.
patients were having their brains forcibly rebooted, the numbers add up. Hundreds of unnecessary deaths, thanks to shoddy research. Insulin shock therapy
Wait, hold up. Is there
continued
a
to be practiced up until the 1950s, where it eventually fell out of favor once antipsychotic medications entered the market.
Yeah.
These medications were cheaper and safer for the patient.
Yeah, because you're not,
By the
you know,
1960s,
forcefully,
therapy
not
was
forcing a
completely
fucking coma.
abandoned.
Wait, hold up. I
As
want to
for
see something.
Dr. Manfred Sackle, his heart abandoned him in 1957 when he died of heart failure at the age of 57.
Wait, let me try something. Wait, hold up.
This delicious-looking
Wait.
rock is called calomel, and
I'm not gonna lie. I would try to bite it. I would actually try to bite that. Let me see here. Why do adults like... Oh, there is a video about... There is a thing about it. You know what? Guys, do we want to watch a video about why people like Bluey? Okay, so I'm gonna leave this up to you. Do you guys want to watch a thing about why adults like Bluey, or do you guys want to watch the rest of this? And again, little bro was bordering on. Also, thank you for the hydration and the park redeem. Yeah, do you guys want to watch a video about why adults like Bluey, or do you guys want to watch the rest of this? Because there's a video about it. Let's see here. Let's see. You know what? You know what? Why don't we mix it up a little bit? Why don't we mix it up a little bit then? Let's actually watch that then. Now that we're kind of on the subject.
There's two possible reasons you've clicked.
You
on
just
this video.
never
You
showed
either become
the
obsessed
love.
with this story
I'm down
about
with
a
both.
family of
Okay.
Australian dogs, and you desperately want to talk about it,
Okay.
but you're too afraid to admit to your friends you're in love with a children's show, or you're trying to understand why this little blue dog has been interrupting your Family Guy clips on TikTok. I found myself in the second category about 2 weeks ago.
Family Guy is like really popular on like TikTok and like shorts. Let's see here. Yeah, no, like, it's really mirroring a lot of like brony stuff.
I wondered why TikTok was recommending me a show that was so clearly for kids. From a glance, the bright color palette, silly energetic music, and anthropomorphic dog seemed like a clear indication of the show's target audience.
Yeah, it's meant for like little
The
babies.
first clips I saw were short and out of context. A little joke for their parents.
I'm not gonna lie. So whenever I first saw Bluey and like the initial like, you know, fame or like the initial craze of Bluey, I thought it was kind of like, I don't know, like a cartoon version of like Coco Melon, where, you know, it was this highly addictive like children's cartoon. But no, apparently like a lot of adults seem to really like it.
Nice work, Bluey.
Dad,
Yeah?
how does the baby get in the lady's belly?
Good night, everybody.
Nothing too crazy. It just seemed like a decent kids show. But the clips kept coming, and they slowly got longer. And I started noticing...
God, that is definitely like an awkward conversation to have.
Hold on, wait.
I mean, like every child's
This
asked
chick
that.
desperately wants kids, but can't have any? This dad just reached for his wife's hand when their kid's pretend pregnancy suddenly ends?
Wait, what?
Did these kids just become friends, and we see a mini montage of them growing up together?
Oh my God, what?
Is this show deep?
I don't know about
Is my
that
apparent
one.
interest in this Disney
I don't know about that
G-rated
one.
cartoon a consequence of my underdeveloped frontal lobe? I was getting
It's
curious, and it was
I would assume it's about as deep as My Little Pony is deep. As in, it's not very deep. I mean, like, it's not like Transformers, because Transformers, they handle some pretty adult stuff.
finals week, so deciding on
Which is okay, like, because that's really weird, because like Transformers is also like a show. Now that I'm thinking about it, like Transformers is also a show meant for like children, and it's made by Hasbro. And it's so weird because like Transformers, as far as I'm aware of, at least with like modern ones, even though yes, it's a show for fucking children that's meant to sell toys, Transformers really delve deep into like a lot of like really dark shit that I don't think kids could really grasp. I mean, there's things like talking about like fate, destiny, suicide, trauma, you know, a bunch of other shit as well. It's like, God damn. And then like you get My Little Pony and then you get Bluey.
better to do, I decided to see what the show had to offer outside the realm of TikTok snippets. And I've watched the entire series.
Oh,
The best way I can describe Bluey to you is it's a slice of life.
they were
focused on
hard.
family life
No,
with preschool
bullshit.
and
No, they were
primary
not.
age school
No.
children That's
No, they went hard. No, they did not. Paleo. Hang on. Paleo. Buddy. That's you're telling me that G1 Transformers went in pretty hard. G1 Transformers. They went in hard. Just G1 Transformers. In the 1980s. I'm not no need to like put the spotlight or anything, but it's just like they did not. They really didn't. The darkest they have ever gotten was the movie. That was it. That's about as dark as G1 Transformers ever got. No, like Transformers got pretty adult, relatively around Beast Wars, because every Transformers series afterwards has had at least some kind of like darker element to it. I mean, like probably not like say Energon or Cybertron. But things like, I don't know, Prime, Beast Wars, Armada, Animated, trying to think of some other ones. That cringe fest that was known as Earthspark apparently had some adult themes into it as well, but I don't know. Earthspark looks really fucking cringe. I'm never gonna touch that shit with a 10-foot pole. It was mostly like, oh hey, look of all these celebrities we could fit in. Ain't that great? But no, like they had some pretty dark stuff in season 3 in the original. I don't think they did. Like what episodes? Because as far as I'm aware of, the darkest Transformers in terms of G1, not counting like the Japanese, not counting the Japanese continuations, but where in G1 did they get dark outside of the movie? Like I need to know. Because as far as I'm aware of, like G1 Transformers was all about goofy, campy, like sugary cereal cartoon stuff. Nice, let's go, Takumi. Good job. All right, let's.
Made for adults.
Rodimus offlined himself to see the past in a couple of episodes. I would have to take a look at that because I'm not sure if he offed himself to do that. But also I have to like go back and watch that. But I'm pretty sure that's not what happened. But yeah, no, I'll have to go back and watch that.
Particularly parents, but can also be watched and enjoyed by children. Regardless of the show's true target audience, it does a masterful job creating
basically self-harm.
where
No,
children can
I
be
got
entertained,
that.
Adults can connect with extremely relatable parental experiences, and depressed
Definitely
teenagers
not,
can see what a real loving family looks like. All
Definitely
jokes aside,
not
this
what
show
happened during
captivated me
that
after only
time
a few
traveling arc.
episodes, and I watched the entire
Yeah,
thing
no, I
with
would
a
like
big
to see
smile on my
the
face.
4
If you
examples.
enjoy anything wholesome and you're prepared to tear up a few times, this show is going to be for you. Now, because I'm too much of a bitch to tell any of my friends about Bluey, I'm going to explain to you why
That
so quickly and special person-
that kind of hits for me because as a brony, back in the day. Also, hi Galaxy, how you doing? Thank you for redeeming your park entrance. Yeah, so like as a brony back in the day, you did not want to say you did not openly want to state you were a brony because if you sat there and said you were a brony, you got your shit beat in. You 100% got your lunch. Like you were forced to like just eat your own fucking lunch. Nice. I'm glad you took a nap. Yeah, so I know I totally get why, but I mean, like at least with Bluey, I can kind of understand. But like My Little Pony, yeah, no, you would get your shit rocked.
And so many other
Again,
people
coming from someone who was a brony back in the day, right? Coming from someone who was like a hardcore brony. It just has all the similar components as like Blue's Clues, for example. What, Bluey? Dark Awakening. Hi, Lumi. How you doing? Thank you for redeeming. thank you for becoming a podcast for 3 months in a row. Jesus. Let's see here. Dark Awakening season 3. Autobot Spike. Carnage in C minor was not a dark episode. Carnage was in C minor was a disaster episode because of all the production errors. That was not a dark episode. That was not a dark episode. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. The only thing dark about it was that it was just terrible. Let's see here. How you doing, Lumi? Yeah, we're trying to see the why is there such an appeal for Bluey? I'm very curious about that. Let's see here. Dark Awakening season 3. Okay, Dark Awakening. All right, I will argue with Dark Awakening. Dark Awakening was just an episode that was basically Hasbro trying to get all the children and the parents to shut the hell up and be like, "Oh, hey, look, Optimus is back, everybody. It's okay now. Rodimus is just a little bitch. It's okay now. You can stop crying. Optimus is back." It's like waving it's like waving little baby keys in front of a baby. What I'm trying to say is that it's not overstimulating to the eyes. No, I get that. No, I totally get that.
Bluey doesn't really have a central plot like most shows that people would consider good.
True.
Individual episodes don't advance any overarching
God,
narrative.
fuck Rick and
Each
Morty.
episode is 7 minutes long.
Fuck Rick and
serves
Morty.
the viewer its own little story. Typically, the plot involves the kids.
Yeah,
learning some
Bluey's
kind of
really
lesson. No shit, right? It's a
overstimulating.
children's show.
I don't think it
Here's
is.
the thing, though.
Okay,
Instead of
isn't.
talking
Okay,
down to the
gotcha.
viewer and
Gotcha.
treating them like a little kid, like so many other shows of this nature do.
Hey, there's Piggy. He stopped in the middle of the race.
Oh my
Maybe
God.
He needs help.
Bluey takes a more nuanced approach regarding the situation
Yeah,
the
no,
characters
like-
find themselves in.
Okay, given the opportunity, if I ever have kids, given the opportunity of either watching Dora the Explorer or Bluey, I'm gonna make him watch Bluey. Like, nah, you ain't watching that shit.
For example, portraying what a kid or adult feels like when they're going through something, or what a good parent can or should do in a particular situation. A great example of this is in Season 1, Episode 24, Wagon Ride. Bluey's getting annoyed that her dad is taking too long talking to friends.
I didn't know
Bluey's
Bluey was a
dad,
girl.
Bandit, who I'm going to talk about later, he's the GOAT, then shows Bluey how to get
Yeah, I hear-
talking with another adult
Yeah, I hear a lot of people really like Bluey's dad.
instead of interrupting.
Okay, how about this? If I'm talking to a grown-up and
I'll
you
give my
want
kids
me,
little
you just come
bear
up and put
over
your
Dora
hand on my
Explorer.
arm.
Same.
So now I know that you want to talk to me. Then I'll do this to show you that I know you're there and that you want to talk to me. What do you think?
Okay, that's really good.
All right.
Okay,
High five.
that's
Got something in my eye.
Now, I love this scene because
That's
I
really
was that impatient
cute.
kid interrupting
Okay.
my mom to tell her that I wanted to leave. My mom would get really upset with me for being a little shit, and rightfully so. But we never ended up solving that clash. Now this cartoon dog comes up with a 500 IQ solution in 2 seconds. This show has me frantically taking parenting notes as a 19-year-old with no girlfriend.
they don't
let
diss
alone
Barney or
children.
Elmo. I'm not
Real
dissing Barney or
parents and
Elmo.
kids can
Like,
genuinely-
okay, Barney and Elmo. Barney was more of like, Barney was sugary nonsense. Like, okay, as someone who grew up with Barney and who used to be obsessed with Barney as a little baby, like, no, Barney, looking back on it, was like sugary nonsense. Was like 90s children's cartoon sugary fluff. Like, that is the nicest way I can put Barney. Right? That is the nicest way I can put Barney. But like outside of that, no, like Elmo was fine growing up. Oh, okay. Better Bluey than the demon known as Barney or Elmo. No, like I said, like I mentioned, like Barney wasn't bad. It was just more of like kind of stimulating for kids like myself, especially since I had both autism and like, well, I had Asperger's to be more exact, but yeah, as someone who has like Asperger's and ADHD and has a hyperfixation on dinosaurs. Oh yeah, no, like Barney was like the perfect stem for me. Not so much Elmo. Like I think Elmo was meant for like younger kids. Although wait, I give them Richard Scary? Wait, who's Richard Scary? Was making a joke on how Barney and Elmo are referred to as names. I have never heard that before. I just know a lot of people, like a lot of adults in the 90s, just thought they were annoying.
Learn things from the way the characters in this show communicate. And
No, I get
interact with
no.
one
That's
another. Now, I'm not a
I
parent,
get
so
that.
this is definitely bro science, but I'm pretty sure this show is basically just a parenting handbook. Anyways, let's get
That's
on the main
cool.
details of the show, the characters. The characters in Bluey are absolutely fantastic. They're entertaining, relatable, adorable.
I'm
and
not gonna
best
lie,
of all, realistic. First off, we
I'm not gonna lie. I do kind of want to watch Bluey now. Fuck. As someone who's like fucking baby crazy, and like trust me, I'm very fucking baby crazy right now. I want kids. I want kids. I want kids. I love kids and I want kids. As someone who's like wanting to be a parent, I'm at that age and I'm like, and this is like a parent guide. It's I want to sit down and watch Bluey.
have the main character and the
I wanna
namesake of the
sit down
show,
and watch Bluey now.
7-year-old Blue Healer.
And
Who's a
take
girl.
notes.
I didn't realize it first either.
I didn't know.
Her younger
Okay.
sister-
Also, weirdly enough, I did not know that Hello Kitty was not a cat. I did not know Bluey was a girl, and I did not know Hello Kitty was a cat. Or was not a cat. To be fair, I had cable growing up, so I had a lot of options. I think I had cable, and I think I had satellite. He was a children's author who worked on Nick. Oh, okay, I got you now. How much you want to bet his stream is Bluey and his... No. I mean, like, maybe.
Bingo, her mom Chili, and Dad Bandit.
Maybe.
The show also hosts a plethora of side characters that often pop up, each designed after a different dog breed.
I like that.
When you use anthropomorphic animals in your storytelling, you can go one of two ways. Make the fact that they're animals integral to the story, like Zootopia, or make them animals because fun and interesting character design, like they would do in Sing. Bluey definitely falls into the second category.
Oh
Aside
no.
from the occasional joke or minor plot point referencing their doghood, like the border collie jumping on...
And it's a great way to attract the autism. No, seriously. No, like, I say this in jest because there is a correlation between people with autism and things like furries and things like Sonic and all that kind of stuff. Like, anthropomorphized animals really do attract people who have the tism.
sheep's backs.
It's too far! Come on, Bluey. It's just like jumping from one sheep to another. We don't jump on sheep, Mackenzie. Really?
The fact that their dogs takes a backseat.
Okay, that's cute. That was funny.
I mean, holy cow, these characters feel like they're real people. Bluey and Bingo are such realistic kids. They complain, can be really annoying sometimes. And
Me with Looney Tunes.
But they also feel remorse and empathy.
Yeah, I mean, like, I like Looney Tunes too.
Really
Which,
sweet.
weirdly enough, people in Japan love Looney Tunes. Like, apparently the Japanese can't get enough of Looney Tunes. They're like obsessed with, they're like obsessed with them, Peanuts. So, okay, so like in terms of like American animation, like cartoon characters, apparently the Japanese are like obsessed with like Peanuts because Snoopy is super popular over there. Tom and Jerry as well. Tom and Jerry's like mega popular over there, and so is Looney Tunes. Yeah, Looney Tunes apparently is very popular in Japan. Surprise, surprise to no one, Minions is also very popular in Japan, but that's also because Japanese also love their mascots. Mel Blanc, Looney Tunes. Oh yeah, no, like Mel Blanc is the goat of voice acting. He is basically the god of voice acting, the man of 1,000 voices, and all of his voices are very distinct.
They're really good kids. Their laughs and voices sound so
Which
genuinely real.
I love that about so this does make me want to give it a try now, because like that's always like a big thing when it comes to children's shows, is that a lot of the times the kids don't really act like kids. They don't come off as like genuine children. They just come off as like weird moral mouthpieces.
So tell me, is this rough okay? Boing.
Yes, that's okay.
Okay, how about this rough? Boing.
Yes, that's okay.
This is because they actually have little kids voicing the characters.
That's
not
cute.
adults pretending to be kids. It's
Yeah,
actually
no.
unknown who's doing Bluey and all her friends' voices to protect their identities. But god
Good.
damn, these kids are some phenomenal voice actors. Usually kids make pretty lackluster voice acting.
Yes.
Bluey,
Yeah, like that's always like the thing when it comes to like voice acting, when it, like especially when you have children, like you get the gambit of either these children are pretty good at what they do or they're really bad. And growing up in the 90s, if you like a lot of like kids like voice acting roles, they were pretty bad in the 90s. Let's see here. But somehow I just never watched anything between 89 and around the first 2 years of my childhood. And like that's fine too. So okay, so weirdly enough, right? So story time here with me. So when I was younger, speaking of like children and like acting, voice acting, and all that kind of stuff, right? So when I was younger, right? So whenever I was younger, me and my sister, we both went to this talent agency. Right? We went to this talent agency. And my my sister, she was the one that really wanted to be an actress. She really, really wanted to be an actress. Like, she would sit there and act out like scenes from like movies, cartoons. Like, she really wanted to be an actress. Me, I I was really kind of pissy that night because I really wanted to watch Zoid's Fusors. And I got interrupted. My perfect night of watching Zoid's Fusors and Dice was interrupted because we had to go to the acting agency. And my sister, she put in like all of her might. She performed, she did everything she needed to do, and she walked in with a big old smile on her face. Me, I was grouchy, I was grumpy, I didn't give a fuck. I just went with it because I was just like, I want to hurry up and watch Zoids. And so when Mama Rex got the call, they wanted me. They wanted me instead of my sister. The one who flat out just did not give a fuck. And my sister was very devastated when the news broke out. And the reason why I'm not an actor right now, or a voice actor right now, is because Mama Rex didn't want that. Mama Rex did not want me to go through that. She was also going through a horrible divorce, but also she just wanted me and my sister to be normal kids. So thank you. So you can thank Mama Rex for why I'm a VTuber right now. Resting bitch face Guerrero wins again. It does. It really does. Like, again, you don't understand. You don't understand. Like, this was okay. So the episode in question of Zoid's Fusors was the episode where the energy Liger comes in and he destroys. It was the final episode of Zoids before it got canceled. I remember. Just keep in mind that I was a 2001 kid, so even though I got pretty much both worlds, my heart is no, and that's fine. Like, some people just like the old stuff, and that's perfectly okay. Yeah, no, it was kind of funny, but yeah, no, it's like, look, don't come between Grarl and his Zoids, okay? even as a little kid, don't come in between me and my Zoids. Yeah, no, that was the episode that actually was the final episode in North America, because after that, Zoids was canceled. Yay! I mean, granted, I watched the episode on a rerun, so there you go. All right, so let's continue.
Swear to God, they just mic'd up some kids and let them do their thing. Kind of like those NBA mic'd up videos.
Come on, man. That's too easy.
And don't even get me started on the parents mic. They're so awesome. But Bandit, oh, he's actually the best character ever conceived.
I hear so many people love Bandit.
Fact. It's so refreshing to see a dad that's not a complete moronic buffoon.
Yes.
Like every other.
Yes. Oh my God, yes. Like, okay, I now, granted, I didn't see a ton of it growing up. Well, mainly because I was very much an adult when the show was coming out. But Gumball, I never liked Mr. Watterson. I just thought he was annoying because he only just had one personality trait, and that was he's just stupid.
Dad on TV.
So this sounds so refreshing.
Sprinkled sparsely throughout an ocean of failure, we see the opposite. He's a model parent. He goes along with all his kids' games, putting his heart and soul into it. And even when he's not feeling it, he's there for his kids when they need him.
See, this is what I want to be as a dad.
Trying his best to raise his kids right. But he also makes mistakes. For example, insinuating he'd rather have 2 Bingos instead of a Bluey, not letting Bluey win a race they were having, and telling Bingo off when he was on a work call. Now, wait a second, you're thinking, this doesn't sound very nice to me. And you're right.
Another good tab that was probably pulling a least.
He recognizes it and
I don't remember it.
Apologize and try
Like,
to
I know.
You're my hero, Bingo.
Oh my God, that's so sweet.
I've never hurt your feelings. I'm
Oh my
really
God, this is so
sorry.
sweet.
Must feel really bad when your dad does that. Just know that I love you, kid, and I'd do anything for you.
Oh my god. Just,
He's
oh
about
my,
as close to perfect as a real person
just
can be.
god.
Which is what makes him such a great role model. Watching Bandit Parent is like watching bodybuilders lift weights. Man, I want to be like that. And I think
No,
I could
like,
get there with
honestly, like,
discipline if I really
okay,
tried.
honestly, from the sounds of it, it really does sound like Bandit is what I want to be as a dad. Like, whenever I become a dad, that is probably who I want to be. Because, like, growing up, I never really had much of a relationship with my dad, with my biological. And I've always sat there and said, like, I want to be what my dad was never. And seeing Bandit, I'm like, okay, this is exactly what I want to be as a dad.
I want to give kids that life someday. If I can act as that figure in someone else's life, then it would be a shame if I let that opportunity go to waste. Analogy falls apart at the end of the bit, but you get the idea.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Chili's there too, I guess. I mean, she's cool. I mean, she plays with the kids.
It
still.
sounds like
She
Bandit
gives them
kind of
pretty
steals
good
the show.
advice. She's pretty.
So you
similar
want to
to Bandit,
be
all
like
things
Uncle
considered.
Phil?
Bandit's still the best.
What,
thing
from
around. These characters are all great on their own.
Fresh
But
Prince?
what really sells them to me is their interactions and the scenarios they find themselves in. While watching this show, I can almost guarantee that you will see a game the characters are playing, or something that the parents or kids do that'll make you go, oh shit, I did that as a kid. Or, oh, my kids do that now. I'm watching this show going, I played
Okay.
Army when I was a kid.
Oh, this is making me really want to watch the show.
Drivers on a road trip. I remember having big group birthday parties with a bunch of families. Bluey uses these relatable and seemingly trivial experiences to really ground the show in reality and make the world and characters come alive. Watching Bluey
Yeah,
just
Fresh
feels
Prince,
like you're
yeah.
watching a
I
real
never-
life
okay.
family just live their day-to-day life.
Weirdly enough, I never watched The Fresh Prince growing up. I never did. Like, okay, I know that's a little bit of like heresy talk because I know almost every child of the 90s watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I never did. I never sat down and watched like a single episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like, it's so weird. Also, why is my, hang on. Okay, there we go. I was like, why is my face acting all weird? Yeah, okay, hang on. Yeah, why is my face acting all weird? Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. But yeah, no, like growing up, I never really watched like The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Because like, okay, so for me, I was almost like entirely a cartoon kid. If it wasn't like a cartoon, I wasn't gonna watch it, except for like Ultraman Tiga and like Power Rangers. Those are like the only ones I would sit down and watch as like a kid that was live action. I only watched The Fresh Prince and The Nanny. I never watched The Nanny either. I never watched The Nanny. When I was older, not as a kid, if that makes sense. No, that totally makes sense. It's just, I also never watched The Nanny.
Now, of course,
True story.
you're not gonna
Never
relate
did.
to everything in the show. For example, Bluey and Bingo's parents actually love each other. But seriously, I'm so tired of seeing every married couple on
Oh,
TV
yeah,
and movies
no.
having a
Like-
dead or like extremely rocky marriage.
Meanwhile,
Seems
me in the
such a sweet
background, having
relationship between
cleared
husband and wife and
Claire's
their
Day members
children
of Playhouse
is a
Disney,
fucking
rebranding
inspiration.
into Disney Junior.
And the
I
show
remember
doesn't
that
force
too.
it either. Most of the time, we just see the two meandering around as usual, but every once in a while, we see that they really still. care
If
about
it
each
wasn't a
other.
cartoon or
The
Power
show's
Rangers,
too
I wouldn't
wholesome,
watch
I'm
it.
telling
Same,
you.
no, same here.
Speaking of wholesome, Bluey and Bingo are like the cutest kids you've ever seen.
They are super
This show
cute.
reminds you of why people have kids. They're freaking adorable.
Yeah,
But
no,
it isn't
like
all sunshine and
honestly,
rainbows either.
no, like
Right?
children are so fucking cute. No, like I always love like seeing like kids get like really happy and all that, and you know, watch them like carry around like their favorite toy and like explain like what their hyperfixations are. Like I fucking love kids. No, like genuinely, I fucking love kids. It's one of the reasons why I love like clips of Vexoria with her and her kids. Like they're so wholesome. I love that. See, I only saw bits and pieces and never really clicked with me. And that's totally fair. No, that is totally fair. See here, I had Fresh Prince Family Matters. I never watched Family Matters. Okay, a lot of these shows, like a lot of these live action shows, I never watched. I never watched Fresh Prince or The Nanny or Family Matters. I never even heard of I've never even heard of Family Matters until like I was like, how old was I when I heard of Family Matters? It was wasn't like until I was almost like a teenager. Let's see here. Oh, now I do. Okay, I did watch a little bit of Home Improvement growing up. I think I would mostly just catch it at the end because they would always play it on like, what was it, like Fox or something like that before Fox Kids or something, or something like that. It was like right before they would play things like Digimon or like Power Rangers or something like that. See, I was more interested in the new shows that they came with the rebrand, so I wasn't. No, okay, no, I get it, I get it.
After showing you the most wholesome clip of all time, they hit you with a gut puncher, reminding you of the realities of life that we all must face. Impulse control, dealing with a bully, saying goodbye to someone, motherhood, growing up and leaving home, infertility, and even death. These kids aren't the only characters that face issues in this show.
Shit.
And that's what gives it such a universal appeal. Many of the themes tackled struck a personal chord with me and have done so in countless others. I've seen enough TikTok videos of parents bawling over Bluey while their kid absent-mindedly watches alongside them to know this show is more than its initial impression.
That kid's just like, dude, what the fuck?
Elevated to an even greater
bruh.
height through its incredible soundtrack. Now, if you're not really a music nerd like me, you might not care about this too much, but stick with me here for a bit. The soundtrack balances the perfect amount of whimsical fun,
Oh, I like this.
quiet and tranquil set-piece songs.
Oh, that's really nice. I like this. That's actually genuinely relaxing.
With huge orchestral compositions.
What the fuck? Wait. That's... I'm sorry, excuse me? Excuse me? I'm sorry, but I think we're I think we're in the wrong fucking show with that piece. Excuse me? That doesn't seem right. That genuinely doesn't seem right.
Oh my goodness. I can't take it anymore.
That's fire.
The soundtrack is so
That's
dynamic,
actually
it really fits
fire.
Together with the visuals like puzzle pieces. One episode you have classical music, another it's a cappella, another it's jazz, next it's synthesized, next you got guitar shredding. Yet somehow
Yeah,
it
no,
still
like,
maintains its
Jesus.
identity and doesn't seem weird or
So like
mismatched.
NCIs
It's
are
really
castle.
amazing
I
how
never
they're able to
I
accomplish
don't
this.
know,
It
Takumi.
does a
I don't know.
fantastic
I've
job
never
setting
seen
the
those
mood.
before.
Whether the kids are playing a silly game or dad is about to leave for 6 weeks. And the best part is out of nowhere, what seems like a mellow track can just soar and elevate scenes to the next level. This show is absolutely incredible and you owe it to yourself to watch it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful look
Chat,
at
I think
family
I'm
that
entering my
really
Bluey
sticks with
phase. Oh god, hang on. Let me actually hang on. Let me make a post about that actually. Hang on. Give me a second here. Give me a second here. Give me a hot second here. I think I might actually be on my fucking Bluey phase. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie with you, chat. I think I might be on my Bluey phase. Hang on, let me see here. Let's see here. Bluey. Fuck. Okay, I might actually be entering my Bluey phase. What the fuck? Wait. See here, I think I might be entering my Bluey phase. Oh god. Yeah, no, I think I might be entering my Bluey phase. God, it's Oh god, it's gonna be like My Little Pony all over again. Sweet Jesus. Oh no.
About what you have and to never take anything for granted. I was originally going to end this video with a straight up 1.5 minute long clip from one of the best episodes, Camping, but YouTube had other plans, so fuck me, I guess.
Yeah,
Hope you
no.
enjoyed the
YouTube's really fucking
Thanks all
stinky
so
with the
much for watching
copyright
this video all the way
strikes.
through. I've always wanted to make a video essay, and I finally got the inspiration to do so. I hope you enjoyed it. Now have a good one, and let me know if you'd like to see more.
Is Bluey on fucking YouTube? Is Bluey on YouTube, chat? I have to know. I have to know, guys. Is Bluey on fucking YouTube? Oh no. Let me see here. Let's see here. Bluey. Is Bluey on YouTube? Oh my god, it's on YouTube. Oh my god, it's all on YouTube. Oh no. Hi Chisana, welcome in. You came at a very precarious time because oh no. No. Oh no. Yeah, they are all on YouTube. Oh boy. They are all on YouTube. Well, I think I know what I'm going to be doing. I think I know what I'm going to be doing here, chat. How do you guys how do we all feel about watching Bluey? It's having Bluey. Oh, you poor thing. What? Look. It's not like My Little Pony, okay? It's not as nearly as cringe. I don't know what you're talking about with you poor thing. I don't know what you're talking about, Shisana. I don't know what you're talking about. No, well, I'm not going to be watching it tonight. But yeah, no, it's oh boy. No, look, as like I mentioned, I'm fucking baby crazy, okay? I want fucking kids. I want kids. And like this stuff right here, I'm like, oh no. Oh god. This is I'm probably going to have to take notes. I'm going to be taking notes, okay? I don't know if that's crazy or cringe. I don't know. But like what do you mean question mark? Like I'm in my early 30s, okay? I'm at the age
Little baby man.
in Discord,
Little
right? Yes, in
baby
Discord.
man.
Gives you side. What? No, look, okay. When like most guys, when they are in their early 30s or early to mid 30s, they suddenly want kids. You know, they get the baby virus. They want to have kids. Is a big with her baby boy. Well, you know what? I am a single man with no kids. Okay. I mean, like, I don't have any excuse here as to why I'm watching Bluey. But no, like, this video kind of made me go, oh, well, I guess Bluey isn't that bad. I guess Bluey isn't that bad of a show to watch here, boys and girls. I guess it's not. I guess this is kind of cool to watch Bluey. I mean, like, I'm not going to be like, I don't know what you would call, like, a fan of Bluey. I don't know what you would call it. Like, bronies are, like, fans of My Little Pony. I don't know what you would call, like, a fan of Bluey. A Bluer? I don't know. But, no, like, I might be doing a watch party now and watch Bluey. Oh, God, this is why I'm single. This is why I'm single here, guys. Christ. All right. Let's see here. You know what? Now I'm curious here. Let's see here. Since we watched something about Bluey. How long is this episode? Oh good. I'm trying to find like a good video to watch. The degenerate bro. Oh boy. Yeah, we'll watch this one. This is called The Degenerate Bronies by Royalty is Free. Yep, so this is called... We're going to watch this one. We're going to buckle in. I love Royalty is Free. I never really watched like a lot of his stuff on stream, but we'll watch this one. Let's watch this one. This is called The Degenerate Bronies by Royalty is Free.
My Little Pony is, well, chances are you don't have a jar filled with human discharge and a
I know what that is. I know exactly what that is. And I'm ashamed of it.
Plastic eroding figurine in the form of a mammal in the epicenter of said stomach.
Chat. So, you know the whole, like, the coom jar? The gooning jar? This is where it originated from. Bronies is ground zero for that meme. You're welcome.
Churning foul, viscous sewage. So if you haven't clicked off the video already just from the intro alone, I'm going to take a guess you have an iron stomach.
Hey Dragon, how
when
you
it
doing?
comes to the internet, you have seen and expect.
It's the milk jar, obviously. Yeah, totally.
Today we are going to be
Man
talking
milk.
about the My Little Pony community, or better yet, the Bronies.
Bronies.
And boy oh boy, is it going to make you lose hope in humanity if you haven't already. My hope in humanity went when they started making more Star Wars movies.
Yes! Oh my god, yes! And the fact that they try to make Rey Skywalker a thing, and she never fucking worked, because she's just so much of a Mary Sue.
But anyway, what is My Little Pony or a brony? My Little Pony is a lot of things from a franchise toy line to an animated form of media, with many indulging and knowing the topic for the latter reason.
And
the animated TV series.
And then Hasbro decided that for like season 3 or season 4, they decided to lean way too heavily into the fandom and just dedicate an entire episode to like background ponies just to make the bronies shut the fuck up.
All the way back in 1984 to help advertise the popular toys. Little did they know that when they started creating said animated episodes that were
the horrors that they would
kids,
unleash,
that their intended audience would also incorporate fully grown adults, who to say the least were infatuated with this show.
I even cosplayed as Big Macintosh from this show. Yes, that was one of my very first cosplays. No, I'm never gonna show it. That cosplay, that Big Macintosh cosplay, is forever stuck on my DeviantArt, and I'm so glad none of you guys know what that is. I'm so glad none of you guys will ever know what my DeviantArt is. It's there.
Especially the more modern and peak of the show, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, which started.
I will never show it. Hi, Bree. How you doing, Bree? I have a confession to make. I'm starting my Bluey arc. I'm starting the Bluey arc. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't know what it is, Chisana. You don't know what my DeviantArt is. No one knows. No one knows my DeviantArt. I love Bluey. It looks good. It looks really good. And I want to give it a try. But I'm not going to spend hours to dig. Good. Because that has tons of like my fan fictions, my Hetalia fan fictions. Yes, I have Hetalia fan fictions back in the day. And yeah, no, none of you guys are ever going to know it. None of you guys are. Also, Bree, give yourself a shout out real quick. Go follow my raptor sis. She is lovely. We love Bree in this house. I meant the site. Oh, okay. All right. I was gonna say, yeah, no, like no one knows. No one fucking knows. I have seen so many episodes of Bluey, and I love all the values. I do too. I do too. I'm learning that Bandit kind of stole the show, and everyone loves Bandit. And I'm like, I need to sit down and watch it. I need to sit down and watch it now. I must watch it now. Oh god, you were on one of the yes, I was one of those people. Yes, I was one of those people. I had a Hetalia fan fiction. Yes, I am very much ashamed of it. I also have a DeviantArt, hee hee. Oh no. AKA the mom. The mom seems very sweet.
And just a little side note, I have met multiple people, all going past adolescence, that are worryingly interested in this animated TV series.
Yes.
To the point where they buy the merch, watch at least an episode a day, and rewatch all the seasons on repeat, and will actively try to indoctrinate you into said community.
Now, granted, I joined the fandom whenever I joined the fandom back whenever it was in its infancy. So the Brony infancy was rough because they would constantly get fights into they would constantly get into fights with furries. And the furries wanted nothing to do with the bronies. The bronies would just spam, I will love and tolerate the shit out of you. And it got very annoying. Also, Chili works at the airport and Bandit digs up bones. Are you telling me that, are you telling me Bandit's a paleontologist? Bree, are you seriously telling me that Bandit's a paleontologist? Because if so, that's fucking amazing. At least you admit you were ashamed of it. I haven't fully lost respect into you. What was that supposed to mean?
And they will try and make you watch multiple episodes of the TV show.
Yes.
To be honest, it is a lot like waterboarding. At least
yes,
that was
it
my
was.
experience watching the first episode with one of
They
fans.
like during the
fans
infancy of the
incorporate their
fandom, they would
activities
try to
under
do
the
that. A
title
lot of
a
bronies
brony.
would.
A brony is a male fan of the My Little Pony television program and range of toys. But a lot of female fans identify themselves as bronies.
Wait, Bandit is? Oh my god, yeah, no, I need to watch Bluey now. Bree, do you want to sit down and watch Bluey with me? You want to do like Bluey watch parties? Do you want to do Bluey watch parties? Because look, like I mentioned to chat earlier, but like from what I'm seeing, like Bandit is what I want to be as a dad. Like I can totally see myself being Bandit as a dad.
Itself.
For better or for worse.
It is for the most part, but some instances I'm going to describe may make you preemptively want to load 7.62 Hollow Point. But first, what is so attractive about My Little Pony to these people?
We need to find a time and day.
Past the target age demographic for this show. Well, doing some research and a few Google searches later with some information, I don't even think the tears of Jesus Christ himself could purify my irises from the information I saw.
Oh, yeah.
The reason bronies really like this show comes down to the fact that a lot of bronies find that the My Little Pony animated TV show appeals a lot to adults as well as kids, and the show can be enjoyed by adults.
Yeah, and then
now, you can't entirely discredit this statement because, admittedly, there are a lot of cartoons.
True.
Yes, cartoons.
True.
Not anime.
This
if
is
any
true.
of you had the image of anime in your head when I said cartoons.
Yeah, there are like legitimately a lot of cartoons that were meant for children that have a extremely large adult fan base. A good example is Adventure Time and Regular Show. Good like really good examples are those two. Because a lot of the fans I have seen of Regular Show and Adventure Time are adults. You could argue Transformers, but I don't know. Transformers, I feel like is a little bit of a hand wavy. Like it's a general audience kind of franchise. Yeah, from what I'm seeing, yeah, no, like Bluey's so much better.
Balls in a paddle pool full of piranhas. Because just so you know, anime and cartoons are very different. Anyway, think of
yeah,
like Regular Show.
Anime and cartoons, they're different.
Like My Little Pony, adults tend to watch these shows despite them being cartoons targeted towards children. Hey, I rewatched Adventure Time and watched the latest spin-off Fiona and Cake recently. These shows do hint to adult themes, especially
They do.
regular
A
shows.
lot do.
Adventure Time
Like,
and
the relationship between, like Marceline and the Ice King. Very, very adult.
some have a mature subset to it.
You'll make it to Tier 8, where you touch her horn for the very first time. Very special.
What about Tier 15?
You stay away from that.
Ha!
Do not do Tier 15.
Unlike cartoons like Uncle Grandpa or Fanboy and Chum Chum.
Oh god, Uncle Grandpa, Jesus, no.
And that's another point.
That was
these
an
people
acid
love My Little
trip.
Pony. Nostalgia. Some people will rewatch entire seasons of shows even though they know exactly how it ends, how each twist in the story is formulated, and the fact that when the show ends,
Yeah, some
they will
people just
be
like
left
it.
with an empty void in their heart.
Because
They will
like,
see a disheveled,
wait,
hollow
because like Bluey has really deep messages that are for the parents while still, yeah, and see that's really good. Like that is honestly like how a children's show should be like. Unlike this show, I can trash on this show all I want because I used to be a hardcore brony and I used to be like really into the fandom. So trust me, I could dog on this shit all I fucking want.
reflection of themselves from the darkness of the rolling credits scene, fully well knowing there will never be a continuation to the series, and life at
Thank
that
you.
very moment becomes hollow and obsolete, just like every good anime that refuses to release a second season. I'm still
Okay,
reading
High School of the Dead's a low blow because the only reason why there isn't a second season of High School of the Dead is because the mangaka died. That's a low blow. Like they touched on the topics of miscarriage without outright what the fuck? Holy shit. That's dark. That's a very dark conversation. Unironically, I did too. I did too. I love the absurdity of High School of the Dead. I really loved High School of the Dead for like the sheer absurdity, and it knew it was really, really absurd and crazy, and it just didn't care. It's like, yeah, no, you guys love the tits and ass. We get it. Here you go. Here's a Matrix boob shot for you. Let's see here. I was addicted to High School of the Dead. I was too. I was too.
So in conclusion, I can see why some adults watch cartoons.
Oh, what the fuck?
Either out of nostalgia or because of the adult themes. But I can't say the same.
My favorite girl in the entire show was Psycho, whatever, the sword girl.
But I haven't watched My Little Pony. So in order to get my credentials to shit on My Little Pony, I'm gonna watch 3 episodes. Wish me luck.
A few inches later.
Now after watching 3 full episodes of My Little Pony, I can safely say it is not that bad of a show I thought it was gonna be. I thought after watching I would need an exorcism, or at
My
least
real
some thick
anime
bleach
addiction
to
was
get the
Bleach.
thought of
Hey, there we go,
whatever I
perfect
just
timing.
Watched out my head, but it
Bleach is
wasn't
fine.
that
I
bad.
haven't watched
There's a
all
clear
of it.
storyline to it, which I enjoy.
Okay,
In shows. I don't
okay.
like shows that
Okay, I will say this as a former brony, I will say this though: the 3 beginning episodes aren't bad. They're not bad. They do what they need to do. I think one of the reasons why, like the first 2 seasons, the first 2 seasons were pretty decent. I mean, like, and all joking aside, like, yeah, the first 2 seasons of My Little Pony weren't terrible, or at least the first season. Was because Lauren Faust worked on it. Yeah, so like Lauren Faust worked on it. And Lauren Faust was in charge of things like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. So basically she was kind of like your childhood. And it's kind of the reasons why, and then it's kind of one of the reasons why it was pretty decent. Like the first 3 episodes, yeah, they're not entirely bad. They kind of set up and they kind of tell the story of what, kind of needs to get the children, engaged.
to random episodes with no story tied to them. Every episode just seems like a one-off goofy event, like Johnny Test, which I absolutely loved as a kid. And some of the characters aren't as annoying as I thought they would be. And I hate to say it, they all have different personalities and room for character development later on in the series. But unfortunately, unless My Little Pony is like where you have to watch at least one season to get into it, I did not want to continue watching this. It was interesting, but I don't see myself watching 6 seasons of this.
No, honestly, that is totally fair, because if you were to say this like back on the internet in like say 2011, 2012 or so, when the fandom was just kicking out, they would try to indoctrinate you by any means necessary. Like bronies back in the day were really fucking annoying. They were really, really, really fucking annoying.
Watched My Little Pony today, and unfortunately do not see why adults like it. But maybe that's just me. I think you guys should watch it as well. I think you should go on YouTube right now, because the episodes are on YouTube, surprisingly. Type in My Little Pony Season 1, Episode 1, and tell me what
you had a lot of OCs,
in my opinion, it wasn't that bad.
I think it made like one OC for Bleach for one time.
More. But why
just
are
on
My
a
Little
whim.
Pony fans or bronies?
But I know I had a
so
pony
much,
OC.
especially on any online space.
I hate
where
that.
if you admit you are a brony, you're gonna get crucified. Well, this
yeah.
is more
So, okay. Let's see here. I had a Fluttershy sticker on my old laptop. I did too. Now the other thing was that whenever I see these statues, so Kotobukiya, they have a line of statues called the Bishojo statues, where they take popular characters and turn them into anime girls. And they did a line of My Little Pony statues. And every time I look at one of those new statues that keep getting released, I'm like, every time I leave, they try to pull me back in. But I'm like, no, back demon, no. You are not getting me this time. You are not going to use your siren song of cute little anime girls. Like, you're not gonna get me back in. But like, in all seriousness though, like the statues are pretty cute. I like them. They're cute. Like, I can't deny these are really pretty designs. In all seriousness, these are pretty. My personal favorite's probably Celestia. If I genuinely had to choose one, it would be Celestia. Like that's genuinely pretty. Like you can't deny that. See here, I have My Little Pony tech decks I won from a raffle. They had tech decks. I gave No, that's totally fair. Honestly, my favorite pony so whenever I was a brony, my favorite pony was Fluttershy. I love Fluttershy. Also, weirdly enough, they did a Hatsune Miku My Little Pony crossover statue. And I kind of fuck with it. I kind of fuck with this. This is actually kind of cool. So, also, weirdly enough, I got introduced to My Little Pony through Twilight Sparkle, because I think when this show came out, I really love Big Mac. Okay, Bree, I don't think you were here whenever I mentioned it, but I did a Big Macintosh cosplay back in the day. And I would always practice like Big Mac's like quotes for like voice acting. I won't do it for free. You're gonna have to drop some subs for that one in order for me to bring back the brony. No, I will not do Big Mac voice acting for free. Man says he doesn't want to be pulled back into the crossover, but look, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that is a good looking statue. I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh god, this is cringe. No, I'll call a spade. Like, this right here, this is really pretty. You're lucky I'm poor. Yeah, but that doesn't mean the other people in chat are. No, I'm just kidding. Like, no, seriously though, I will not do it for free. Drop some subs and I'll fucking do it. But no, like, these are genuinely really pretty. I love the Luna. I love the Luna statue. I kind of fuck with Chrysalis. I kind of fuck with Chrysalis, though. Like, these are pretty bitchin', I ain't gonna lie. I'll make you do it for... Do it. You won't. Do it. Do it. I want to see you do it. Calling you out on your bluff. Do it. You won't. You won't do it. I'm gonna call you out. No, you don't have to do it if you don't want it. But like, seriously, like, these are so cute. These are genuinely really cute. These are genuinely really fucking cute. But all right, when's Bree's birthday? My birthday isn't until December, so that's far away. Exactly. No, exactly. So you got a long time to wait.
The type comes from the fact that
December
some
3rd.
My Little Pony fans really
So you got a
love
long
My
time to
Little
wait.
Pony. But the term brony was coined
Thanks,
of all
got it.
places,
Oh, fuck.
the internet's public urinal 4chan, and was done so as soon as
Oh,
My
yeah.
Little Pony.
Yeah, so I remember, so when the bronies were, again, like, a lot of the stuff is back to, like, the infancy of the fandom. Bronies were such a problem on 4chan. If you were even quoting My Little Pony or talking about My Little Pony, you got kicked off 4chan. That is just how bad bronies were and just how annoying they were.
Friendship is Magic was released, and people were spamming 4chan with posts about it, to the point where they created a section on 4chan just for posts like that. But knowing the people that roam the dystopian webpage that is 4chan, these posts wouldn't be entirely just about how good the show is, because this is where terms
And Grawl,
such
you
as
forgot
clopping
how I
would be
showed you
invented.
some things
Not the
that
clopping of
will
horseshoes,
make it
but the
happen. Doesn't
clopping of
matter how far
someone's
away it
penis
is.
Getting manhandled
Still.
to death by their right hand over animated images of fictional horses. Clopping is the term for people that are currently or
Yep,
active-
clopping. Yeah, they even had a term for gooning. I remember. Some people were asking me, have I clopped the ponies? I'm like, that was like where I drew the line, was like clopping. I'm like, no, it's a horse. It's a cartoon horse. No, I'm not jerking it to the horse.
Tenderizing their meat to My Little Pony characters. Yes, we have
Twitch clip
the
that.
Lord's intended path. Yes, we do need a worldwide reset of the human race. But bronies are often confused with fairies, which they do share some similar ties with, some being a part of both communities. But
Yeah,
some are
and
adamant they are two
some of them
different
made like full blown like pony suits, and so they were pretty elaborate. But yeah, no, like for a while, furries hated bronies. Furries absolutely despise bronies.
communities altogether.
Wait, he's a brony and a fur. You can't be both.
Yep.
You
Yep.
can't
Yep.
Be both.
Yep.
You can't be fucking both. You can only be one.
Which may actually
It's a typical reaction.
reason why people hate bronies.
I also remember this. I remember this video. So what they would do, and they were jokingly like going around the BronyCon. They would jokingly go around the BronyCon and try and pretty much try to troll the bronies. And this poor dude. So what they did was that he had to like guess the picture, and so they pulled up Megatron. He figured out what Megatron was, and then he was completely stunned when they pulled up a picture of a coochie. And he didn't know what that was until they had to explain to him what that picture was. And that's his genuine reaction. I remember there being a turf war at my local con. Yeah, that typically happens. We don't talk about the... Yeah, I think he's going to probably bring that up.
So much they made hate fairies. I mean, like fairies creating their own persona. Some bronies like to create their own pony to represent themselves.
Yep. And
like a fairy would with their
I don't know if he'll go into detail about this, but
where some people might actually hate bronies for this reason.
Yeah.
And said situation was in 2014 where a Make-A-Wish.
Oh no. Oh no. I know about this, unfortunately. It's I normally don't do trigger warnings, but trigger warning, this stuff is gonna get really fucked up.
Kid that was a fan
Buckle in.
of My Little Pony had their wish of wanting their OC pony to be in the show, and it was granted. Their OC Stellar Eclipse was added to the show.
And the thing is, like, the kid is also in a wheelchair. Like, he actually was in a wheelchair.
Which was a brown pony with a wheelchair.
I'm scared.
And
yeah.
If we left things like that, everything would be fine. All 4 nations would
Buckle
live in
in.
harmony. World peace would be achieved, and world hunger would be a thing of the past. But no, we couldn't have that. Because a few bad apples in the Brony and My Little Pony community, despite the family saying they didn't want them to do this, and despite the fact, it was a child's dream and potentially last wish, some have said people would start drawing NSFW art of this character.
Like I said, buckle in.
And I'm talking really graphic imagery. Now, I can't see why they would do this.
Yeah. When I said, like, shit gonna get fucked up, shit gonna get fucked up.
Very clear, because the family wanted them to stop doing this. They vocalized it. And they didn't stop. They actually increased the amount of posts they were making about this character. Obviously, none of them really got anything done.
It's kind of like the weird opposite of what Yoko Tano did. I think that's the guy that made Nier. People just sent him in, like, tons of images of, like, Eve's, the main character of Nier Automata's booty, and he's just he loved it. He loved it. He was like, "Oh, the internet's a wonderful place." Here, no, the internet's a horrible place.
To them, it came down to just waiting for people to forget about this, and eventually people did, and people stopped making NSFW art of their OC.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That is actually Yoko Taro. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. How he has his pony OC is kind of like how I made my pony OC. Granted, I was a unicorn, not a Pegasus.
WR of their OC, but about 10 years later, the kid is still alive. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just, stereotypically, Make-A-Wish is for kids that are, terminal illnesses.
Yeah, I mean,
but
like,
they are still alive, and
that it. Okay, wait, what?
They stream on Twitch sometimes.
Wait, what? That's pretty badass. So this kid not only beat like a terminal illness, but he he's just streaming now like nothing's going wrong. I'm not a brony, but I do kind of want to drop this kid a follow. Like if he's still streaming, just like dude, like that's pretty fucking based. Yoko Taro would have told me he hates them when he sees their GF's cosplay. Yes.
And their comment on the scenario is they don't really care. They were a part of the fandom and knew what was coming.
Oh.
Which tells you a lot about the My Little Pony fandom, I guess. But
he turned to a no, like, and like the dude's just like, I mean, like at least he's a good sport about it. At least he's a good sport about it. He's just like, I don't care. Like, that weirdly lightens it up a little bit. Like, as long as the guy was, I guess he was fine with it. I mean, like, I guess that's okay if he's fine with it. Like, he doesn't care. Like, still, like, Jesus.
Anyway, back to
bro still active.
Like to clop to some of the cast of My Little
No
Pony.
fucking way.
Members like Twilight Sparkle, Pinkie Pie, and Rainbow Dash being their favorite to clop to, with endless resources available.
Oh boy, yeah. I sadly had the displeasure of like coming across a lot of these images back in the day. Weirdly enough, a lot of the stuff that was very popular with bronies was ponies and like knee socks. I don't know. I don't get it. But that was a popular thing with brony artists back in the day.
Them on Rule 34, as usual. I guarantee you the cockroach under your refrigerator right now probably has a post on Rule 34.
Probably.
Some fans even vote for who is the most beautiful pony. I don't
Of
know
course
about you
it's...
guys, but...
Oh, wait. Hold up. I want to go back. Of course it's rarity. Of course it's fucking rarity on which one is the prettiest pony. Of course it's rarity. The pony that's all about being beautiful and being fashionable. Of no fucking shit. He last streamed 9 days ago for his birthday, but prior to that, he didn't stream for 2 months. I mean, that's fair. I mean, like, that's honestly fair.
Vote for who is the most beautiful pony. I don't know about you guys, but...
Sounds like my streaming career right now. Oh,
But more relevant reason why people hate bronies and the problems with the community, but where once again it is not the whole community, it's always one or two that do something disturbing
now, I will
like
say,
this, and as a result set a poor reputation
no
for
comment.
the community.
No comment. But no, like, I will say this, though. Despite a lot of the bad apples in the brony community, and trust me, there's a lot of them. Don't get me started on Mando Pony. We're not even going to touch that subject. But despite, like, a lot of the bad, actors and bad apples in My Little Pony and the brony fandom as a whole, and I will say this, is that a lot of bronies made some pretty good stuff. Okay, I will say that. They made some, like, there are some bronies who went on to make some really good music. A good example of things like The Living Tombstone, The Wooden Toaster. That's about it, as far as I'm aware of. Oh no, Aviators. Aviators is also really good because they went on to make some really, really good stuff outside of My Little Pony. Before all the stuff that came out with Mando Pony, he made some pretty decent bangers, if I'm gonna be honest. Like some of his Five Nights at Freddy's music were pretty decent, but we're not gonna count that piece of shit because if you know, you know. We're not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole. But there was also like some really good like artwork I remember like seeing back in the day that were like really good. And you know how you feel about fan fiction is that there was a My Little Pony fan fiction series that I used to like really like get into and really read a lot, and that was like Fallout Equestria. Really good. It really got me into Fallout. I shit you not. I shit you not. You know, hang on. You know, 6 toes down. Well, I guess 8, but 6 toes down, right? I will say this with my chest, is that I got into Fallout through My Little Pony because of Fallout Equestria. True fucking story. True fucking story.
Especially those that are not bronies or don't even know what My Little Pony is about. Because believe me or not all of them clop, and not all of them have a gel
myself included,
like sparkles drowning in someone's future generations. Which is one of the events...
Yeah, if you know, you know.
...as degenerates ever since its occurrence. Which in and itself created its own...
I want to write fanfics again, but I'm too lazy. I feel that.
Often describes a
I feel that.
From a community being placed within a jar... and possibly pickle the plastic, depending on their diet. But the first person to create
I think I threw up a little bit.
Was, of course, from the My Little Pony community.
Yeah, the whole, like, the jar meme. The whole jar meme came from bronies. The jar meme came from bronies, you're welcome.
And of course, on 4chan...
As a former brony, I apologize. Because, damn it, someone's gotta!
Of all places, where an anonymous user posted a picture of Rainbow Dash with some glazing... And all I have to say is, like, come on, buddy.
How was that okay to show? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't want to know.
The scene, the jar was stained brown with what I could assume being their offspring slowly choking to death with the lethal concoction of the fluid and rotting plastic combining together. But yes,
I got nothing.
Jar meme style.
I literally got nothing on that. But yeah, no, that is actually where the meme comes from.
And in no way was it done ironically. They had full intent and full brain functionality when they were doing this. And this is where some of the distaste for bronies come.
Alright, guys, that's where the stream's gonna end tonight. Now, excuse me, I am gonna jump into the Mosasaur enclosure, and I'm gonna hold my breath until I run out of air. Excuse me, everybody. Good night. Good night, everybody.
Comes from. Now, just like fairies, don't worry, I am only using the correlation to help your small brain understand the concept
Did he
I'm
wait?
describing.
Did he just say that he had the figure? Yes. No. Okay. Royalty didn't say that. Royalty didn't say that. Royalty didn't do that. There was a brony that did that. Yes. Yes. He pickled a Rainbow Dash toy in his baby batter. We're not gonna linger on that.
Anyway, like fairies, bronies have their own conventions. I'm talking BronyCon, Big Apple BronyCon, TrotCon.
They even okay. Bronies even had their own DashCon. I wish I was joking, but no. Bronies had like their own. They had their own version of DashCon. It was. I want to throw up. I do too. So Bronies had like their own equivalent to DashCon, and it was called. Oh God, I think it was called. Oh, excuse me. I think it was called Las Pegasus. I want to say it was called like Las Pegasus or something like that. It was a shit show. It was a shit show. And it was literally just like the brony equivalent of DashCon in every sense of the word.
DreamyCon. I just can't believe my people have come to this. Fucking UK PonyCon. Like, come on, we only
there was even like a BronyCon in Japan. That's how popular this got.
Once America. And not only did our empire go from being the first worldwide superpower and the largest of all humanity to this.
Yes.
Why did you do this to us?
How the mighty have fallen.
It's fine. You lost to rice farmers anyway. I'll let bygones be bygones this one time. But yeah, being a brony is somehow really popular to the
Damn!
They have multiple cons.
Okay, that was kind of funny.
Most cons, you'll get people cosplaying.
Okay, whoa. Go back.
All around the world. Where like most.
That is a bitchin' ass Predator cosplay. I wish you would have done something with the feet, though, but, like, that is a bitchin'-ass female Predator cosplay. I'm not gonna lie. Also, I follow this dude. on Instagram. This dude is actually this fucking jacked. And yes, seeing him as Anya is hilarious.
Most cons, you'll get people cosplaying, artists, and stalls, a significant lack of deodorant, to the point if you're walking around in a crowded area, you could probably get a whiff of somebody's sweaty testicles.
From what I've been told, yeah, a lot of brony cons were pretty nasty.
That have at least one weird guy looking at your cock from the urinal. But this is BronyCon, so all the problems are multiplied by 10. But the one I wanted to talk about was an absolute disaster, and in all the worst ways. And that was the Las Pegasus convention.
Yep, that's what it is.
Based in Las Vegas.
That's what it is.
Yippee-yay, there'll be no wedding bells for today.
Yep, okay, this is what I was talking about. This one right here. This was like the brony equivalent of DashCon. If you don't know anything about DashCon, DashCon is a very, 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 very infamous convention for just being an outright scam and an outright disaster. I think the next Just Chatting stream will talk about DashCon that Internet Historian made. But yeah, no, the bronies had like their own version of DashCon. their homemade Twilight Sparkle.
Now this event was due from the start. Not only were the people organising it not well educated in event planning, the hotel they had chosen on the New Vegas Strip had been going bankrupt multiple times, and the rooms were absolutely dreadful for their prices. I'm talking $1,000 just for a week, where you probably share the room with a family of cockroaches. But not only that, the event planners had no money, but had promised that celebrities in the community were going to attend the event. Obviously, they had to pay these said celebrities and hire adequate security, and the hotel wanted the money up front. So the event organizers, with no money,
I feel like eventually there's always going to be like a DashCon for like certain fandoms, right? I feel like even like with VTubers, I feel like there's going to be like a DashCon like event for like VTubers. I think that's with like what Anki, I think is what it was. Like Anki was just like a disaster.
Basically saying you will get a cut of all purchases and money generated from the event. But obviously they needed a lot of money up front, and they needed the first day of the event to make a lot of money. So to get that influx of cash, the only money allowed to buy stuff at the event was brony dollars. Basically Monopoly money with an animated horse on the front.
This is what I was saying. Like it's basically just like an outright scam.
Entering the event, you had to exchange your dollars for this brony money, which provided the team with the money to pay the hotel. And they had an added benefit of working with this hotel where they were offering discounts to some of the con-goers that wanted to stay at the hotel. Now, the first signs of things going very wrong was the fact that said celebrities of the brony community weren't even picked up from the airport. They were left to fend for themselves.
Yep.
Even though it was promised they would get picked up. So not only have these people
it was just
paid
like,
for their own flight, which
good luck.
they thought was going to get
It's like good luck,
they
suckers.
now have to buy their own taxi. The second problem was that there was a
you can imagine just like how pissed these people are. Like a bunch of like the celebrities and stuff like that. You can imagine just how fucking pissed these people would have been like throughout the entire weekend. Like they would not be happy campers. You could say they wouldn't be a bunch of happy ponies. I'll see myself out. Excuse me real quick. Sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'll see myself out. Twitch clip that.
shortage of staff
I love that little
with
feature.
over 2,000 people attending the event, which was under their estimate of 5,000 people attending. They still didn't have enough staff members to go around, which also led to certain staff members having panic attacks and losing their shit. And
I would
the
too.
Artist Valley, which you see at many cons, half of it was hidden away in an obscure area, separated by a Chinese wall, which for some reason they had up but took down during the second day. But artists were already at a loss, and the brony celebrities were at even more of a loss. And they were unprotected and unorganized. They did not have security guards escorting them 24/7, and they did not have staff members telling them where they were meant to go.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. Like, that's genuinely kind of fucking scary to think about. Like, you had to basically fend for yourself, and let's face it, like, the Vegas Strip ain't the friendliest place on Earth. But, like, you had to fend for yourself at a con, no less. Especially when you have to deal with, like, a bunch of bronies who are known for not being the best, practices of, like, personal space and boundaries. And also, just look at these people. Just look at their faces. You can't see it at the last one, but yeah, they do not look happy. Like, look at them. They look like 5 levels of just...
So basically...
Like, they just look like 5 levels of done.
The first 2 days was an absolute clusterfuck. And it was about to get much worse. Because the hotel was not getting their money. So they would say goodbye discount and would start throwing people out of their own rooms if they could not pay the extortionate amount of the original price. Artists were not seeing any of their money and would start to have their art pieces confiscated by the hotel for money.
See,
now, this
that's
obviously
fucked
incited
up.
a panic. Nobody really had real money except for these brony dollars.
Which, okay, like, honestly, though, that shouldn't, like, I feel like they really shouldn't be taking it out on the vendors and stuff like that, because, like, they don't fucking know. Right? Like, they genuinely don't fucking know. I would honestly take it out on the guys who run the show, rather than, like, all these, vendors who are probably just as broke, if not more so.
So everyone scrambled to exchange these brony dollars, most of them taking significant losses, but they just wanted to take their money and leave. No staff members could be seen, and even the event organizers were gone.
Yeah, they just bailed ship
and ran. abandoning the artists, the celebrities, and the attendees. With
Also,
no
Sin, I
physical
just saw
cash,
what you sent me. Like, those are
just brony money.
cute.
Now, panicking
Those are really cute.
but the celebrities tried to get it under control. Not for the people that lost their rooms, not for the artists, but for themselves. They were out thousands. And so...
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, I kind of don't blame them if they're just kind of, like, at that point of, like, looking out for themselves, because they kind of got fucked over, right? I mean, they're practically stranded in Las Vegas with, I don't know, like, probably with not a whole lot of money to speak of, and they're out thousands of dollars. Because you gotta pay these people, too, especially if they're, like, more and more popular, like Tara fucking Strong. I mean, she ain't cheap. She ain't no like B-list, like B-tier list, like voice actress. She's high up there.
Did not have money for the flight back, so they would ask people to donate what they could. But the event ended earlier than expected, and people lost a lot of money, and no staff or the organizers to be seen. They took the money and dipped, and the extremely average hotel on the New Vegas Strip unfortunately did not make as much money as they wanted, and probably have a strong distaste for bronies now.
Oh, well, I don't blame them.
Brony community, some of the problem with the bronies, and some terrible events that have occurred in
stop showing it!
I have not tried this for a while. If the like and subscribe button don't appear when I say like and subscribe, you're the next brony in line. Like, quite literally, you are about to start watching My Little Pony. And
yeah, guys.
You're at Walmart or
yeah, you filthy brony. I see you over there. I see you, chat. I see you looking at, like, My Little Pony stuff. Stop it. Stop doing that. Stop doing it.
Local test.
It's cringe. It's cringe.
Buy an oversized pickle jar to place and disgrace Rainbow Dash.
Stop showing it!
The community isn't that bad. It's just always some bad apples that make it significantly worse. But yeah, bye-bye.
But yeah, no, like, royalty, I love royalty is free. I think on that note, that's a good place to stop for the night. Because, oh boy, I don't know how you're gonna top that one. But yeah, no, I am definitely gonna be watching Bluey. I'm gonna grab Bree, and we're gonna set up like a nice little day for us to like sit down and watch Bluey, because I think I am now like officially in like my Bluey phase. No, I think it's time to go. I think it's time to go full Bluey time. But yeah, no, that's a good place to stop for the night. I think we learned a lot more than what we needed to about bronies. But yeah, so for Wednesday, what do I have for Wednesday? What do I got for Wednesday? Because you guys know I can't remember fucking dick. Unless if I have it like right in front of me because I'm fucking stupid. Okay, so for Wednesday, we will be playing Dead Space 2. And I'm really excited about that because I absolutely fucking love Dead Space. Dead Space is amazing. And we'll watch and we'll also watch like the latest video done by by Kentucky Ballistics, because he just uploaded a new video and I don't want to spoil it for myself. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for myself. So let me see here. Let me get that raid message going, because we are going to raid my lovely friend Wild Spice, who... Wait, hang on. Bluey, yeah, Bluey phase, yeah, the raid message is Bluey phase T-Rex raid. Yeah, it's gonna be Bluey phase T-Rex raid. So, I don't know if the oh god, that is definitely not what I want to chat. Hang on. Hang on, give me a second here. There we go. Give me a second here. Alright, so... There we go. Okay. Okay. So that is going to be our raid message for tonight. It is going to be Blueface T-Rex raid. As it's pretty true right now. Okay, but yeah, so we're gonna raid my friend Wild Spice because she is debuting a new model tonight, and I want to make sure that we are there to support her. We love the Goomba. We love our Goomba, who is also a McDonald's manager. And also, chat, she also sat there and said for her new model debut, she is also going to be giving out free McFlurries. She is giving out free she's totally giving out free McFlurries tonight. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, but like, we're gonna go say hi to Spice. So until then, everyone, I'll catch you all later, and let's go say hi to Wild Spice. Ivanar, you just caught us right as we're about to raid. How you doing? Hey, Bree, if you're still in here, can we get a shout out for Vinar before we hit that raid button?